Okay, it's pre-show time. Are you ready for that, Will?
I'm ready to pre.
Yeah, I'll also have some of that.
Bring it all over the place.
All right. That's how we're going to open this one.
Welcome.
It's a new year for us. It's been a new year for you for like 3 months now.
Yeah, hello, March.
Yeah, hello. And for us here in real time, hello 2026.
Finally, it is the second day
Yeah.
of the new year. 2026.
Hey, everybody,
is
remember
upon us. It is here. Sorry.
Remember how the year started with that like awesome fire that killed a whole bunch of people? That was good. Have you not heard about that?
No. What's this?
There was a fire.
A forest fire or
It was
something?
in Switzerland. No, it was at I don't know, some venue, a bar maybe. or something.
like a structural fire.
Yeah. There was like a horrific
crap.
fire that night. So far it's been said that it killed 40 people and it injured 119 or something.
Was it like an overcrowded place again, like the one?
They're looking
Rhode
into
Island?
that now, I think. But it was started by fucking sparklers.
Of course.
Yep.
The same thing.
So, because there's like pictures that they have found that they have also. They haven't. The way they've worded it is that it's not proven that these pictures are from that night, but there's no evidence of these pictures existing any other night. So, essentially, it seems like these pictures were from that night, and it's people with like champagne bottles with sparklers coming out of them, like holding them up close to the ceiling. Because there is also a video of the ceiling on fire and people trying to put it out. And apparently people got stuck in there, and at least 40 so far have been.
No, I didn't hear about this at all.
Yeah, that was. I think it was maybe like 1 or 2 a.m. And I have the BBC
like a New Year's
News.
Eve thing?
Maybe that's why I know about it, because BBC News is who's talking about it. But
maybe. But it was like a New Year's Eve celebration. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
That's tragic.
Yeah, it's pretty horrible.
It's horrible. It's even more horrible whenever it's like, it's just because there is too much lax safety.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I don't want to like say like anyone's like you're at fault or you're stupid for no. It's just like people don't realize, like, you know, or they do, and like in the moment they don't think about it. But like fireworks are dangerous. Like that's the word fire's in them for a reason.
Yeah, the thing that I was seeing earlier was that prosecutors are looking at that footage, and they're looking to see what you were talking about, like how many people were in this area, and then also if there is like over X number of people, were there enough exits?
Yeah. Yep.
And like were they well lit and like easily accessible based on the number of people and all that stuff?
Yeah.
So I guess they're looking at like the regulatory situation, starting to look at that now, but they're still in the process of like uncovering things and like finding people who are missing still and stuff like that.
I'm trying to recall, what was the name of the one in Rhode Island?
Was that the one that has the horrible videos?
Yeah, the most.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Crushing video.
I don't remember where that was, but I can vividly picture the video.
I know it's not Pulse, because that's the one in Orlando with the shooting.
Was it not in like Michigan or something? Or was
No, I think it was Rhode Island. I'm pretty sure.
It might be. I have no idea.
Or we're wrong about all of
no
this.
recollection.
But
It was in like Maine.
well, maybe. But I
But
know
no,
it
yeah,
was.
I know what video you're talking about, because I can picture vividly
what's
like
that called?
the footage
look
from
it up.
outside, and like you can hear the people screaming.
It's horrible.
from inside.
Like, well, and the worst part about that
because it was a
footage-
concert. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it was the same thing. It was a party.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a New Year's Eve thing, but it was a concert. I want to say it was like wintertime.
Yeah, it was like snowy outside.
And well, I mean, it's the Northeast, so who knows when? I guess it could be spring and still be snowy. But
June.
but I think there was snow for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
But I think it was winter, and yeah, it was a rock show. Was it Whitesnake? Ugh, maybe.
I have no idea. It was like
and there
20
were
years
fireworks.
ago, wasn't it? Now.
Well, so that was what I was going to bring up, was that you said that like the prosecutors are like looking into this, and it's like these safety things are in question. It's like, yeah, but we learned this lesson as a humanity, as a globe, you know, a long time ago with
would've
this
thought so.
fire. Well, even before that, like that nightclub, that we can't think of. That wasn't the first instance where like a fire happened in an enclosed space with lots of people, and there were lots of deaths that could have been avoided.
Yeah.
You know, sorry, I am going to look this up. The Station, that's what it was called. Yeah. The Station nightclub. And it was in West Warwick, Rhode Island. 2003. So like
can't remember movie titles, but you can remember the name of the state in which this nightclub fire happened.
And it was Great White the band. Well, no, I just kept remembering Pulse, and I knew that wasn't it.
The band?
Yeah, the
Great
band.
White?
The band called Great White. Yeah, but only it was fireworks that they were using as the band.
It was like pyrotechnics.
Not the crowd, but fireworks are fireworks, guys. Lesson learned.
Yeah, this one, the thing that I was seeing earlier today was along with those pictures and stuff like that, they were talking about there was like an advertisement for this venue from like March or April of 2025, and they were advertising like with the sparklers and the fucking bottles and stuff.
Well, and I want to say like very similar again, and not to like, I guess, talk about a previous nightclub tragedy whenever a current one has taken place, but they're very similar. So like 100 deaths happened in the Station one in 2003, 230 non-fatal injuries. But I want to say it's like the same situation where like the nightclub, and I don't want to like, I guess, make accusations that I'm not sure of, because clearly I remember all the facts. but I want to say that like there was an instance too where like the either the band or the nightclub itself had gotten like warnings, or there was something like previously that was like, hey, you're letting too many people in, like don't do this. There might have been something about the fireworks too previously, but the same thing where like basically whatever it was just, like they either ignored it willingly or they didn't take it serious enough, and then it took a horrible tragic event to do that, to get them to understand that.
I definitely had that in mind whenever I was at the Conor O'Malley show, because there was a lot of people crammed into that small venue. And
well, no, like that's the thing. Ever since this is a while back now too. Ever since I learned about like crush deaths, and then the Station fire, and then there was like another event I want to say too. Yeah, like anytime that I'm in like a crowded place, even if there's like no roof over me, like an outdoor event or whatever, I'm like always like wary of like, where is my exit at? Where where is the crowd gonna like possibly pin or a choke point or whatever? Yeah.
No, that was something on my mind while I was sitting there at this show, and I did actually do the like, I looked around to see where the exits were, and I was like, so we came in from upstairs, so that's the first exit. That seems bad. And I was like, that's an exit over there. There's like a light with a door over there.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
But even then, you just hope that like they're not locked or blocked or obstructed.
Like everybody rushes toward that at the same time, and so you're just not fucking gonna get out anyway. Yeah.
So that's why you always, and like I don't let it like ruin the.
No, it was definitely just something that came into my head.
Well, exactly. I'm just like aware of the situation, I guess. But
no, we're fun to go to shows with. We're just sitting there like, oh god, are we going to get out of here alive?
We're going to die. It's like, dude, calm down.
You're just at the movies.
Yeah. But yeah, that's tragic. I had no idea, because you just said fire, and I just assumed like I assumed like forest fire or something, because there seems like there's a constant forest fire now, just somewhere.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's even more tragic that it was. I mean. It just sucks that it was like clearly preventable.
I'm surprised you didn't hear about it. Maybe it's just because
I
was looking at BBC, and so it was in Europe and it wasn't in America. Maybe it was not on American news.
I just haven't heard the news in several days at all.
That's good.
Like
that is good. That's the only news I've heard is horrible people burning.
That's horrible. That's a horrible way to start the year.
Happy New Year
for them and for anyone who's aware of that.
Yeah,
that sucks. No, like I said, it's dangerous. Like fireworks are, and that's why people sometimes, whenever I tell them like I used to do fireworks professionally, and like consumer grade shit from like the store absolutely terrifies me. It's because it's used by people who aren't licensed or trained, usually in a situation where they're in an altered state of being, even if not like drugs or alcohol, they're at least like, not paying attention to what they're doing, right? They're fueled by adrenaline, or they're whatever. And then also like
ton of injuries every year for people who are blowing fingers off and shit.
Well, but even then, like the most, and this stat might not be still like accurate, but I know that like for a long time at least, like the number one related firework injury was sparklers, because people like especially kids, but people who use sparklers, like like the little metal stick thing, right, did not realize how hot that gets, and like you just don't understand that, like it's not even like normal heat hot. I want to say that like a sparkler burns close to like 5,000 degrees.
Yeah, it's hot enough that it's fucking glowing orange.
Well, it's not even that. It's like again, don't quote me on this, but I think an average sparkler is like really close to being like a thermite reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So which means it's almost impossible to even put out unless you completely like, dunk the whole thing in water, which few people rarely have, like a bucket of water near them or whatever. But yeah, it gets super hot, super, super, super hot. So not even like the sparks coming off of it, of course, but then like you said, the stick itself is, even after the fact, is like still really, really, really hot. So yeah, but yeah, consumer grade stuff always like terrifies, maybe too strong of a word, but it gives me pause. Like anytime I hear fireworks around, and I know that they're not professionally being done, I'm always like, I don't like this.
Yeah. Speaking of fireworks, really quick, there also New Year night. We did tune in to the BBC News, and they had like a London fireworks show.
Yeah, which
was very, very impressive. They had it like at the big Ferris wheel or whatever on the River Thames or whatever.
Yeah,
and
the London Eye.
Yeah, and they said it was like the biggest fireworks show in all of Europe, and like
I could see that.
The minute countdown started, and then the fireworks show was crazy, and it went on and on. It was like, it felt like 5 minutes straight, like this crazy fireworks show, and they had like this some kind of display within the eye that was showing like highlights from 2025 and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
And it was playing like music. Yeah, it was crazy. And then so we watched that fireworks show, and then she flipped over to I don't know, whatever one, New York, like the New York one, which was coming up. And they're talking about this, just like, oh, the ball, it's got crystals on it and stuff like that. And then they're talking about like, there's snipers up on the roofs, like watch it. And I was like, okay, well, we're going from London to America.
Yeah.
And we have a ball and we have snipers on the roof, so that's good.
Yeah. I did hear like the last bit of news I heard, and it's the second now, so this is like 3 days ago, was that they're dropping the ball twice this year, and that was like the big story.
Really?
They dropped it once already, and then they're going to drop it again like at midnight on July 3rd to July 4th in celebration of like the 250th.
The 250, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I was like, that's news, I guess. Yeah. It's going to drop a big plastic encrusted light show down a pole. as symbiotic, I guess, to the deaths of millions of individuals.
A whole bunch of people dying. Yeah. Horrific fashion.
Ooh, plastic crystals. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the London show is very, very cool.
And, I used to watch, like, there used to be, before, like, YouTube cracked down on, well, I guess not YouTube, but, like, before rights holders cracked down on streams from, like, TV sources online. So this is like 10 plus years ago. There used to always be like a YouTube channel that would like broadcast like all the, I guess, festivities around the world and that was always really fun to watch, especially like Sydney.
Are you talking like actual like around the world broadcast footage, or are you talking like just like cameras from around the world?
No, like actual from like news.
Yeah, the actual broadcasts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like, I guess, the air quotes official, presentation or whatever, and it would be like, I want to say it was like always like one, like really long video, but maybe it was like multiple. Anyway, but so it was Sydney that I always really enjoyed watching, because it's right there in the harbor with like the big bridge and the opera house, and then it was really cool to see like, like Tokyo and I think maybe like another one that I really liked was Singapore, maybe, and then of course Dubai is always awesome because they just go all out.
They showed clips of that on the BBC also, and they had
nuts.
that the tallest building or whatever.
Yeah.
It has fucking like lights going all the way up and down and stuff. It's pretty neat
wild.
looking.
Yeah. But so I used to watch that, and I always liked the London one as well, just because it was always around like the eye and everything, and that was pretty cool. And then you get to like America, like the U.S., and it's like New York does like a fireworks show, and then we drop a sphere, and there's people with like glasses on with the year made into the frame. Yep, and that's it. It's like, okay.
Yeah,
sure.
It's pretty bad, and apparently there's snipers on the roofs, like watching the crowd.
Well, but the thing about it is that there's snipers on the roofs at every single one of those places. It's just
sure.
here it's, I guess, noteworthy or newsworthy or whatever as like a factoid.
Sure.
But London is going to have those same snipers. Like every place is going to.
I believe it. Yes.
yeah, they're there. Trust me. Yeah.
Well, yeah. No, America's the best, clearly. So that was what
we
I
have the
took
most
away.
snipers.
Yeah, we have the most snipers. Probably.
Have you ever been to any kind of drop?
Nope.
I know Indianapolis does, or they used to. They used to drop a Indy car. Not a free fall. So drop is the wrong word.
It wasn't like the Blues Brothers.
It just crashes. Just destroy a like $2 million car every year. Fuck it, yeah. No, they lower. They lower slowly and safely an Indy car. And then near me, they do a watermelon drop. Have you been to that one or heard of that one?
I'm aware of it, yeah, but no, I've never gone to anything on New Year's before. No.
I made the mistake of going to that twice. Yeah. Let's see.
So you're on the shame on you part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is shame on you.
No, I'm on the shame on me part.
Fooled
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah. Well, the second time, did I tell you this? The second time that I went.
I've never heard about the first time you went, so no.
So let me tell you the first time I went. The first time I went, it was an ironic adventure. Like a friend and I were just like, hey, let's just go do it and see what it's about, sort of thing. And it was actually kind of neat because they actually did drop and then splat on the ground the same number of watermelons as was like the last 2 digits of the year. So I think the year we went, it was like.
It would have actually been impressive if they actually did drop like 2,020 of them.
That would have been just like a minute of just a mound of watermelons. That'd be insane. Well, I mean, but even then, like,
so wasteful.
Yeah. Well, it's America. Just watching like 12 or 13 at the time fall was like, it's still pretty impressive.
Yeah.
They do. It is from like a pretty big height, and they constructed. I don't even know the size. Like school bus size, maybe. They constructed this large watermelon out of like wood and like other materials. But from that mothership watermelon, the bottom opens and like Bombay Doors drops the children onto the floor and then splat.
This is the most Indiana shit.
Oh yeah.
Imaginable.
So first time we went, it was like a very like we're going for like the irony of it, just not unironically. Like it was very ironic to go.
This isn't Kentucky, right? This is Indiana.
No, yeah, this is Indiana. Yeah,
I thought so. Yeah, okay, I think I know where.
Yeah, and we actually enjoyed ourselves quite a bit. It was actually kind of impressive. And whenever there's like nothing else around here to do other than, go to a different place to watch mediocre fireworks. If you're going to stay up, you might as well, go at least see something crazy. So then the second time that we went, they actually were going to have a special guest, and it was oh shoot, what's his name? He's a comedian. Damn it, Gallagher, the comedian from like the 80s and 70s that was known for like smashing watermelons, right?
Yeah.
So he was going to be there, and it was like, that's kind of cool to have like this icon from that era of comedy be in this little tiny town to drop watermelons. So we went, and there were a lot more people this year. So that
His
was
life's
already
mission was just to see the destruction of as many watermelons as possible.
yeah. So we went, and like I said, more people. So that was already a negative. It was just really crowded. And then Gallagher comes out to do like his little comedy bit before the watermelon drop. And buddy, either I don't remember how racist, sexist, bigoted, horrible he was whenever I was a little kid watching him on TV, or he's changed. One of the two. But man, this guy, even for the tiny little right-wing town that he was in, he was getting a lot of cringing, laughter. Like people were just like, okay, bud.
Was he saying slurs, or was it just like
really close to it? Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. And not like in a way that even the joke that was that they were the punchline to even made it worth it. And not that it ever does as far as a reason to use slurs, but some comedians at least know how to form a joke before they trash themselves. This guy it was not happening. So either he was really drunk, or I don't know. It was awkward. So it was 15 minutes of super awkward, and it was cold as hell outside, of course. And then they went to drop the watermelon, and the Bombay door from the mothership got stuck, so it didn't open. So they had to keep yanking up. So it's 2 or 3 minutes past.
Did somebody Dr. Strangelove a watermelon and ride it all the way down?
That would have been awesome. No. But they had to just keep yanking on it, basically. And then finally, and they thought that maybe it froze, whatever the mechanism was, froze for some reason, because it was very cold outside. But like I said, 2 minutes after the fact, it finally opened up and splatted everywhere. But at that point in time, everyone was just uncomfortable and ready to get out of there because it was cold. It was this bad comedian that made everyone cringe, and then of course the watermelons didn't fall. So yeah, so it was.
And that was the second time.
Second and last time for me, at least. I think they still do it.
Upon the crash, does the crowd bum rush the destroyed watermelon and start devouring
just
it?
Feast on it. Yeah, that would have been awesome. No, unfortunately, no. I don't know. I guess it is just wasted. I mean, they don't make a giant community fruit salad or anything. They don't. It's just on pavement, just watermelon guts everywhere, and then people just slowly walk away and go home. I mean, because that's the thing about the any kind of drop, right? Even the New York Times, or not New York Times, Times Square.
Yeah.
Even that, for as I guess magnificent as it is, or whatever, it is just the most anticlimactic thing, because the ball falls slowly, or in the case of the watermelons, terminal velocity, they fall fast. Yeah. But either way, it's it's just done.
So do the watermelons, by the way, I didn't ask, or I don't know if you mentioned and I missed it somehow, but whenever the watermelons drop, is it just at midnight the doors open and they drop? It's there because there's no way to time it out, obviously. So I assume that must have been how it.
It'd be awesome if they drop one per second or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, by the time they're getting to 2050, they might have to start doing that.
Yeah, no, it is just a giant heap of watermelons falling together, and from maybe 200 feet in the air, it's way up there. Mm-hmm. Maybe not that much, but maybe at least over 100. Mm-hmm. It's up.
Interesting.
And but either way, it's really anticlimactic. It's just a weird situation to be in, to sit there waiting for something to happen, and then it happens, and then okay, what do we do now? That it's not the start of the event,
Yeah.
You know, and everything leading up to it is literally just standing around
Standing
waiting for
in the
that
cold.
moment. Yeah.
Listening to an old man give his racist
Yeah.
rants.
Yeah. Well, that was just the one time, but
Yeah.
because even the first year, everything was boring except for like the 5 seconds it took for stuff to splat and us to lose our, you know, excitement for it. It was, except for that little tiny sliver, it still was not really worth going. The only reason we went back the second time was because there was nothing to do and we were promised comedy.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you had at least 50% of the times you've gone were a decent time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and like I said, the one time I went to Indy to watch the Indy car drop, that was neat. But like I said, I knew going into it that they weren't going to, like, you know, free fall drop a car.
Yeah, it wasn't the Blues Brothers with the helicopter dropping a car from the sky.
I knew that much at least, but I was hopeful that it was going to be a little bit more exciting, you know.
Yeah.
But no, it wasn't even, like, it was neat, but it was like, okay, that's kind of weird, you know.
Yeah, I've done this once.
Yeah, basically. So I don't really know a house to spend on New Year's.
Yeah, I've always just I've only ever done New Year's at home. It's always just been a thing where it's like, it's a new year now, I guess.
Yeah,
and
cool?
there's never a thing. Like, my family never really did anything.
No.
As an adult,
Maybe we used to have
I've
like
never
dips
really
or
done
something,
anything.
like snack foods or something. But
Yeah,
mostly just to stay up.
Yeah, my mom, I remember, used to get that like sparkling like grape juice stuff or whatever
yeah.
from the store,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But that was pretty much the extent of it from what I can remember.
But I do have one bucket list, which is going to seem hypocritical of what I just said. But I do want to go to Times Square for New Year's Eve, but only as a volunteer for the confetti drop.
Mm-hmm.
The people who throw, like, so the confetti that comes out, sorry to spoil it, it's not by machine. It is hand done. There are people with these big crates of confetti. I think it's like a ton of confetti or something like that. Like, it's a massive amount, which is a lot whenever you consider, you know, confetti weighs nothing. Mm-hmm. But they're stationed on like the rooftops on either side of Times Square, and at the ball drop, they're all given the cue, and they kind of practice a little bit of how to like pick up these wads and like toss them over the ledge of the buildings. And I think that would be an awesome way to experience that moment, would be to just throw a couple 100 pounds of confetti, you know, over the ledge. Like, that would be awesome.
Yeah, from the rooftop. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
But that's the only way that I want to go to Times Square to.
Yeah, I definitely have no interest in going to the Times Square one. I think if I were ever to go to any of them, I would want to go to the London one. I think that would be really neat. It looks really, really wild.
But
even still, I'm also fine to not ever go to that one. But if I were to go to one, that would be the one I would want to go to.
But do you think that it would be the same? Because you're seeing a video, which is like the best vantage point for all the effects or all the, you know, the whole show. Mm-hmm. I would just hate to be in any crowd of that size.
Yeah, very crowded. Yeah, I don't like crowds. That's why I don't really have interest in going. And
then also, like, to maybe get, you know, a partial glimpse of the spectacle.
The thing that also was good to hear was that I think they said that there was an estimated 100,000 people, which is a lot of people, obviously, but also, like, I expected it to be
seem like
more.
That much. No, it doesn't seem like that much. Yeah,
which that is a lot of people in like one area, but for London, I thought it was going to be a lot more people, but I could have swore they said there were 100,000 people there to see it.
That doesn't seem like that much at all, though.
And then, because then they went to Syria, if I recall correctly, and there was expected like 2 million people at this event.
Now that's huge.
I was like, holy shit, because they said that was supposed to be the largest one in the world, was at that Syria one.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
2.3 million, I think, is what they were saying.
So, speaking of fireworks and big events, and because I don't like crowds either, but there's this one I go to or try to go to every year, or as often as I can, I should say. It has been a while, and I don't mind the crowd size, but that 100,000 for London seems off, because I've gone to an event called Thunder Over Louisville several times. And the estimated crowd size there is 50,000 to 750,000 people. just to watch that fireworks show. Now, it is like one of the largest annual fireworks shows in the world, but for only 100,000 people to be in London, I mean, that just seems wild. That seems so tiny.
Yeah. For one of the biggest cities in the world, yeah.
What? Yeah, just also like a big, I'm assuming, free event. I don't imagine that, it's ticketed. I mean, well, maybe it is. I don't know. But
I'm pretty sure
maybe they also do that just for crowd control, because they're like, we don't want to fit too many more people in here than that. So maybe they're just limiting it to 100,000.
Oh, yeah. This is a BBC article 2 days ago. UK welcomes New Year with celebrations across the country. In London, 12,000 fireworks were set off in the city's biggest pyrotechnic display to date, with 100,000 people watching on from the banks of the Thames.
Wow.
Thames. I don't know. Yeah.
Thames. All of those numbers seem tiny.
Yep.
Even the 12,000 fireworks seems really small.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's for
there you go.
A New Year's Eve thing.
London,
Really all you
do
want.
better. Come on.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Because, like, the show in Louisville, Kentucky, which I think I've told you about this before, too. Thunder of Louisville.
I don't know.
So it's always the last weekend, or sorry, second to last weekend. Sorry, it's always near the end of April. I'll say that. It's always near the end of April, but it's to kick off the Kentucky Derby Festival.
Oh, okay.
And it started, I think, like 36 years ago. And it's grown and grown and grown. They spend $1 million on just the fireworks every year, and it's free. Like, the show's free to go to. And they use like 8 barges in the river between Indiana and Kentucky, and then they shut down this big bridge that goes between Indiana and Kentucky.
Yeah,
and they do fireworks from the bridge too. And it's all set to music. There's like these giant speaker arrays all up and down both sides of the river. It's fucking awesome. But it's so big, people get there so early, and there's so many people that they added, I think like maybe 20 years ago, they added an air show just to keep people occupied. So there's like a huge air show that's also free before the fireworks show, just to keep people occupied during the day. So it starts at noon, starts at 3 o'clock. I usually get there at noon. And then the fireworks show is at 9. So you get like a 6-hour air show with like military aircraft, civilian aircraft, stunt flying, all that kind of cool stuff, right? And then this awesome fireworks show. But you mentioned, and it's a half-hour show, or close to like a 25 to half-hour show. But you mentioned London, or the BBC stating that London show did like 12,000 shells or whatever. The grand finale, like one of the years I went, it was, I think it was 2010. One of the years that I went, the grand finale alone, which I think was like 20 or 30 seconds, like right at the very end, right? Like the biggest, whatever. That alone, they were doing 2,300 shells a second. And it's just fucking white noise. Like, it's the most, like, and that's the only reason that I go to it, is because having done pyro for a decade of my life, I'd get so bored at fireworks shows normally, and it's also like, for the longest time, I couldn't go to like a 4th of July show because I was working. But then since I've stopped doing that, I also just don't like going to fireworks shows because it's usually like hot and like sticky and just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But this one in April is like just nuts. And to hear like your sense of hearing just go away because all you hear is like TV static for 20 seconds. And then like it's as bright as daytime at night because of how many fireworks are going off. Like that's pretty exciting. But yeah, for London to do that, come on, London, like step it up.
Yeah, you guys aren't that good.
And you said it lasted like 5 minutes or whatever, or
it seemed like it
felt like it did.
It felt. I don't know how long it went on for, but it got to a point where I was like, oh my god, it's like still going.
It already.
Like, kept
Wrap
going
it
and going.
But
But it also
send them.
But it also wasn't maybe 12,000 seems more accurate because it also wasn't just like an endless stream of fireworks, because there was like that display, whatever it was, like this display thing in the Ferris wheel that was like showing
Part
like
of the show. Yeah.
like video footage and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and they were playing like music and all that stuff, and so there would be fireworks that would go off here and there for some of that, but then it would also like focus more on that
That's
stuff.
cool. So it was like back and forth.
And then at the end it did like the big finale thing, and it was pretty neat.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
kind of cool though.
then
But
we
also,
switched
I'm
to New
sure
York.
again, it's New Year's Eve, so you don't want to have a show that lasts like half an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that would suck. It's like I'm ready to go party and have fun.
Yeah.
And get out of the cold, and
Yeah, no, it looked lovely though, because they kept showing like the crowd and where the crowd is, and there's like all these trees and stuff. It looks very nice.
Yeah.
Like just the area itself.
Plus it's like London, so
Yeah.
it already has that advantage for it.
Yeah. So
Cool.
yeah, I thought that was kind of neat. New Year. We did all that, and then we watched Misery, and that's how we did New Year's. New Year's night.
That was your New Year's, or is that your first movie of 26?
First movie of the year. Yeah. I did want to, I don't know, just for no reason, I guess, go through my list of my favorite 2025.
Oh yeah.
Not 2025 movies, but movies I watched for the first time in 2025.
This is the thing you sent me, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull this up so I can look at it.
Just so, I don't know, the one or two people listening can just hear this, I guess, if they care.
This is for posterity.
Yeah. My favorite movie discovery of 2025 was the 2024 film Rap World
Yes.
from our Connor O'Malley and Danny Sharer co-directed.
Did that kickstart your Connor O'Malley love affair?
Yeah, that was the first thing
Yeah.
I saw. Yeah. Because that's just fucking great.
It was
And
great.
I was glad that you really enjoyed it too. Whenever I first watched it, I immediately thought that I needed to show my partner this movie. And I was like, you two both need to see this, and I need to also not set it up at all and just
nice.
sit you down and show it, because that's how I saw it.
And
I
you did
didn't know
also
what it was.
sort of force me to watch it.
Yeah, yeah. And I didn't tell you anything at all about it. I didn't tell you like what kind of movie it was. I didn't tell you what it was about. I was just like, hey, I found this thing for you to watch, and it's 55 minutes,
And it was
we are watching it.
It was so. I mean, there were so many good things about it, but it was so awesome to see how they captured that era of the late aughts.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, God, this feels like I was just there.
Yeah.
They were hitting on so
Yeah.
many things, and then come to find out it was not filmed. It was like a period piece, basically.
Yes, exactly.
For 20 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was just fucking brilliant, funny, just so good, so good.
And the
I
timing.
got obsessed with it.
Like that one. Spoiler alert! I guess
Yeah,
for anyone.
I think we might have probably spoiled it on one of the pre-shows.
I think
after
we
watched it.
talked about it too.
We
yeah.
did at length,
But
I think.
my favorite, I guess not favorite, but one of the highlights that I can recall still was that freaking ending where he gets shot
Yes.
and then it cuts right to his funeral.
One of
that
the
hard
funniest
cut.
cuts I've ever
Oh
seen.
my
in
gosh,
anything.
that's hilarious! Yeah,
Because he's on the phone with the police. Spoiler, skip ahead 30 seconds. He's on the phone with the police, letting them know that he got shot in the leg, and they give him the phone, and he's like, "We recorded an album," and they're all excited, and then it just cuts to him in a casket.
yeah, so good.
And the sound of somebody crying in the background. Oh, it's just
good.
fucking brilliant. Absolutely one of the funniest single edits I've ever seen.
And how did you find that again?
Um,
Was that the Simon Barrett?
Simon Barrett and or Adam Wingard logged it on letterboxd.
Yeah,
and I
that's okay.
I had never heard of it and didn't know
Right.
what it was. And they were the only two people I think that I follow that had watched it. And it was 55 minutes, and it was on YouTube, and I was like, I'll just watch it and see what this is. I don't know. So this is kind of an unofficial. This isn't really ranked list. So
Is
even
Rap
though-
World still though your number one, or is that just unofficially ranked either? Okay,
it has to be, because I've watched it. I think 4 or 5 times. So that was my number one, and then kind of unofficial, but I think these first 5 were all kind of even. But
okay.
So I organized it in order of number 2 being Weapons, which we also talked about on the show, because that was just fucking fantastic. It's great to see a horror movie like we talked about, where you just, at no point are you like, oh, I know where this is going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that whole time I'm just like, where is this leading? And I loved jumping around to all the different characters and introducing us to everybody piece by piece, and then everything kind of culminating together. I just love stuff like that, like kind of like the Pulp Fiction, Magnolia type of storytelling, where it's kind of like story piece by piece, everything connected together.
Well, and even on top of that, I think we talked about this too. I really appreciated how even as much as the film didn't really give an idea as to where it was going, it also only led you into that unknowing darkness, I guess, long enough, and then it would jump back to the beginning and give you more information, and that was really nice, because I mean it's not uncommon to like have a film that, you know, leaves you completely astray as far as like what's happening next, but usually those films don't like release that tension or that buildup or that information until nearly the very end. So it was very nice to have like a little bit of a journey down that path, and then all of a sudden it would jump back and be like, okay, here's what you need to know about this, and it would take you down this path and be like, what the fuck's going on, and then boom, jump you back, and okay, so now that makes sense. Now, you know, so I like that a lot. Yeah,
same here.
And then the ending was also fantastic, because it was like comedic and absurd. And
yes, the humor in the movie worked really well. The creepiness was fucking creepy.
And like a fairly like
the whole
original
thing just worked really well.
I guess monster or bad guy.
Yeah,
you know?
Definitely so. And it's interesting because there's a dude that I follow, Justin Duclos, on Letterboxd. He's also on Twitter. He runs Gold Ninja Video out of Canada.
Shout out.
This dude.
GoldNinja.org.
He's also a critic, and I think he also has a podcast. I've never listened to it, and I'm not going to plug it here because I've never listened to it, so I don't know. It might be a really bad show. I don't know. Gold Ninja, yeah, I'm fine to plug them. They're fucking great. They're an interesting little, really small label in Canada, and they put out these like super rare or never released movies. I don't know where he gets these prints, but he'll get these prints for these like old movies that have just been like lost for 80 years and put them out and that's like cool. Restored in 2K or 4K, put them out on Blu-ray. And he always, every single release they have has like a secret, in quotation marks, double feature that's with it. And so the movie you're purchasing the movie that you know you're purchasing, but in the special features there's also a second movie that's always on the disc as well.
Is it related, or is it just random?
Sometimes I think it's usually related, yeah.
Okay.
Like for example, cool. I discovered Gold Ninja because he puts out all the Matt Farley movies on Blu-ray.
Right.
And they always have a second Matt Farley movie that's on each one of them as well. And so you get two of them for the price of one. It's great. But he actually just on the first, yesterday at the time of recording, watched Weapons finally. And this was one of the most underwhelming reviews of anybody that I follow, and I was actually kind of surprised. I wanted to read it really quick. He said, it seems at first to be much more clever than it ends up being, and at the end of the day, it's just Barbarian, but supersized. I thought that was weird. He continues, same chapter structure, same shifting of narrative viewpoints, same stopping dead in its tracks to give all the backstory, same big gory climax. A fun time, but I was hoping for more. Also, can we get more than a single slapstick section in our horror movies? What happened to a few gory set pieces throughout? That was his review. He gave it 3.5 stars. Not bad, but I thought that was an interesting review. Everybody else that I follow has like raved about it and loved it and stuff, and I thought it was kind of interesting that he was more underwhelmed with it.
I've never seen anyone be underwhelmed. Mm-hmm. I've either seen people like be ecstatic about it or absolutely hate it. Mm-hmm. So like that's the first one I think too that I've read that it's like
kind of like, yeah, it's good, but
it was good, but it had issues, and here's the things that I didn't really like about it.
Yeah.
Which
so,
maybe
I thought that was an interesting review.
Definitely, yeah. And maybe the people that were like really turned off to the movie, if maybe they could have formulated their thoughts better, it would have sounded more like what he just said.
Yeah.
Rather than like, you know, immediately being this is the worst thing ever made.
This is shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I had my number 3. So Weapons was pretty much, as far as movies that came out in 2025, Weapons was pretty much my solid number 1 for most of the year until the last week of the year, whenever I watched.
Painful.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Whenever I watched the new Yorgos Lanthimos film Begonia,
Never heard of this one.
starring Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons. Yeah, this movie. So I'm a big Yorgos Lanthimos fan, as I think my co-host is aware.
Yes.
Since I saw The Lobster, I was like obsessed with that movie. It's fucking
I
fantastic.
still haven't seen The Lobster.
We together in Chicago went and saw The Killing of a Sacred Deer, which was your introduction to him, and you were like, "Yeah, it was fine."
I think my review was...
Which I also agree. That's probably my second least favorite movie of his movies that I've seen, I think.
Okay, so your second least favorite was my first introduction to this guy.
Yes. At the time, my least favorite. Yeah, definitely. But
And
I still like that movie, though, too.
I said, just for the record, my review of Killing of a Sacred Deer, which I need to go back and watch again.
Yeah, that's been... that'll be 8 years ago, I think.
Gosh.
Or 8 or 9. I think it might have been a 2017 film. Yeah.
Jesus. It was...
9 years ago.
Well, now I can't even recall what I was going to say now. Oh, yeah, it was... Sorry. My review was that...
I remember what your review was.
It was something along the lines of its parts are greater than the sum.
That's exactly what you said, yes.
Yeah, like there were a lot of great parts, but as a whole, it was like, okay.
Yes, yeah. And, I think over time, I think I agree probably more with that than I did maybe at the time. I think I was more positive after we had seen it.
I recall getting that vibe from you. Yeah.
I'm definitely, I think I'm still more positive than you overall on that film, but I'm also, I haven't really revisited it.
Yeah, and I need to, because
I watched The Lobster multiple times. I think I watched The Favorite a couple of times.
I haven't seen that either.
Poor Things, which is the one that everybody liked.
The Favorite. Was that the one about
Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz and
I think I have seen this one.
Where it's them two
about the
competing
Queen?
for like the attention and affection of Olivia Colman's character.
Coleman. Yes, I did see that. That was good. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
it had those weird like fisheye shots, but I kind of appreciated those. I like those.
Yes. Yeah. So I really like that movie as well. And Poor Things was
Haven't seen that one yet.
like the big Oscar one from I think last year.
Yeah.
And everybody loved it but me. I did not like that movie.
Oh, really?
It was fine, but I was like, it was one of those movies that seemed like it was really weird, but then it wasn't. And I think what I remember thinking was like, it seems like a really weird and unique world, but everything that seems weird and unique is not what we're following. Because the story that we're following in this movie, I feel like I caught on to pretty quick, and then it just went how I thought it was going to go.
I see. Okay.
And I was just kind of like, yeah, I mean, it was fine, but it just kind of wasn't really that interesting in the end. I have not seen, what was it? He had this other movie that came out as well recently, Kinds of Kindness. I haven't watched that one yet.
I haven't heard of that one, I think.
That one is... only reason I haven't watched that one is because it's like over 2.5 hours long. And I was like, I wanted to see it, but I don't know when because of how long it is. But Begonia, I knew I wanted to watch because it seemed... I don't really know anything about it, but I just want to watch anything that he does.
Did that come out this year, Begonia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And I loved it. It might be my favorite movie of his.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know if you even want me to like talk about anything about it or say what it's about or anything like that.
Because I can't skip ahead
really good.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I know.
so
there's
just
a few
knowing
of these,
that it's
a few of these that I didn't really
best.
want to. A few of these I didn't really want to get into because you haven't seen them, and I think they're ones that you're potentially wanting to watch. But yeah, that one and then the next 3 I want to watch. So don't tell me anything about those. So yeah, Begonia, very good. My favorite movie of his, probably.
Okay, cool.
And I actually have been wanting to rewatch it sometime, probably soon. It's on. I watched it on Peacock, which I know you don't have. But yeah, it popped up on there, and I think I watched it the day that it went on there because I was looking forward to it. The next movie that I have on my list is Ari Aster's Eddington,
It's on my watch list.
which had a very probably the most interesting trajectory for me of the year, because I went and saw it in the theater, and I left it thinking, ooh, yeah, this was rough. This was a tough one to watch, because it takes place in 2020.
Oh, did you freeze?
And it's just unpleasant. Oh, fuck.
Oh, wait.
Whoa. That was weird.
Sorry.
I don't know what happened. So if there was like a weird moment in there, everybody, it's because our connection seems to have dropped for a second.
It seems to have. You're
It
back.
froze.
There's two of you.
Oh, it froze on you for a minute, but I didn't know it was frozen for like 10 seconds. I thought you were just sitting there listening to me. And then I was like, wait a minute. I don't know. I don't think he's there.
Frozen. Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't there. You were
But
there.
I was going to say, Eddington, I left the theater thinking like, yeah, this is a fucking rough one. I don't know.
I can recall you saying it like, I thought you said you didn't like it.
I
Much as Civil War?
I felt more negative than positive.
Did I get that right? Did you say that you didn't like it as much as Civil War at first?
I don't know, because that's also a weird comparison. So I don't know if I said that. Maybe I did, because I did enjoy Civil War as well. I thought that was a pretty good one.
For some reason, I'm remembering something like that, and then I remember you saying, because you've watched it since then.
Yeah, Eddington.
Yeah,
I have watched.
I recall
it.
You saying that like it kind of grew on you, or
that, because that was one that, since watching it in the theater, it was like I kept thinking about that movie. Like, I think even more than Weapons, it was probably the movie that like stuck with me the most, and I like kept thinking about it a lot.
Wow.
And yeah, then I bought the 4K disc, and I was looking forward to watching it again, and I did watch it again, and I was like, yeah, this is fucking great. I actually really like this movie. It's still a tough watch because of its setting and all that stuff, but it's also very funny, because it's very satirical of the country, I guess, as a whole, and it takes shots at everybody. Like, it makes fun of the right-wing people for the stuff that they were saying and doing, and it makes fun of the left-wing people for stuff that they were saying and doing, and it kind of heightens some stuff, like exaggeratedly so, and really entertaining and interesting ways. And Joaquin Phoenix is just great, and his fucking facial hair is cool, and he looks great in this outfit, his like cowboy hat and shit. It's fucking great. Joaquin Phoenix is cool, and I don't know, it was just a really, really interesting movie, really very strange. And then I read about how Ari Aster had written it like years ago, and he had actually written it and was trying to get it made before Hereditary, and like nobody would fund it, and so he ended up just making Hereditary as like, oh, this is kind of like something I can do for now. And then after the 2020 pandemic happened, he ended up rewriting the script to be around that. So I've always been curious about what that original script was, because I apparently had wanted to make like a contemporary Western for a long time. Next up on the list is Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another.
That's not on my list.
Just fantastic stuff.
You're skipping one?
No.
Oh, sorry. The list that I'm looking at, the one after Eddington was Marty Supreme.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Well, you're looking at a different one than me,
I guess so. This is my friend Thomas Heller, not Thomas.
Oh.
Yeah, so there we go. So that's
close. I can see how you made that mistake. Yeah, One Battle After Another from Paul Thomas Anderson, which I won't say too much about for the sake of you potentially watching it eventually. PTA is just fucking great all the time.
How's DiCaprio in it? Good, bad, ugly?
Yeah, always bad. I've never seen that dude give a good performance.
I do want to know, honestly, do you like him more in this or Once Upon a Time in the West?
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Hollywood, sorry, not the West.
Yeah, that's slightly different movie.
Hollywood, a very different movie. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I think Django Unchained is still maybe his best performance of all time.
Well, I didn't ask about those two. I said between.
Okay, well, I was leading up to it. I think that's his best performance of all time, but I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is a close second.
What if he was in Once Upon a Time in the West? Would you like him in that?
Probably. I think he's fucking excellent in anything that he does.
Yeah.
No matter what anybody wants to say about his personal choices.
No, No, yeah,
with
he's
who
still
he
a great
dates
actor.
and stuff like that. I don't fucking care. But yeah, he's fantastic. Yeah, he's very good in this movie. The movie is very funny. It is very much like
It's
the
funny.
perfect.
It's a comedy.
I think the trailer.
I know
made
nothing
it,
about it. Sorry.
I think the trailer made it look more like it's a comedy than it is, but
I'm
it
not
is very
seeing it.
funny still.
Okay.
It's.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Paul Thomas Anderson's always got like a good sense of humor.
I'm just going off the title. I assumed it was a western, but I guess not.
No, it's like a comedic thriller drama. Yeah, I guess that's how I describe it.
Dramedy.
Yeah, dramedy. Yeah, exactly.
No, yeah, like I said, I know zero about this movie.
Yeah,
other than he's in it because he's on the poster.
He's great. Sean Penn should be Oscar
Oh, wow.
nominated just
He's
for
in
his
this too?
walk, the way he walks. He has.
Just for his best walk.
No, I'm not joking either. He has this fucking
What was
this incredible weird guy walk that he does.
what was
It's
the last
fucking
movie
amazing.
Sean Penn was in?
I don't know. Probably something not long before that.
Because I
that
haven't seen him
nobody
in
saw.
something forever.
He was in Licorice Pizza, Paul
haven't
Thomas
seen it.
Anderson's previous film.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Sean Penn is also kind of like a d-bag, but
He is
also
very
very
much. But I haven't seen anything that he's in that I don't like him doing. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
yeah, no, that was not being hyperbolic or funny. Like, just for the way he walks in this movie, he should be Oscar nominated. It's fucking amazing. It was maybe like the second time he was on screen, I was watching him and I was like, what the fuck is he doing? And it's so good.
He made a choice and he stuck with it.
He is this fucking weirdo in the movie, and the way he walks is incredible.
That's awesome.
He's like, but his performance is very. I mean, his character isn't like him, but he reminds me at least of like RFK Jr.
Oh.
He's a fucking weirdo. But yeah, just whenever you see him walking, you're just like, what the fuck? It's so good.
What's going on?
But it's like, it's really subtle. It's not like an over exaggerated, like cartoonish kind of thing. It's just like a very subtle choice, and it's
Yeah.
fucking great.
Huh.
Yeah, Benicio del Toro, just always great.
Always great.
Tiana Taylor, though, her performance was she was fantastic as well.
Not sure who that
It
is.
was just a great movie. I wasn't either, but I am now. Yeah, great movie. I'm glad I saw it in theater. So next up, I had Connor O'Malley's stand-up special on YouTube, Stand Up Solutions.
Yeah, that was
Everybody
fun
should
to
watch if you want to see an hour-long stand-up special. It's fucking brilliant.
So I apologize. Earlier, whenever I said during Begonia that the next three are ones I want to watch, that was including Marty Supreme, not Stand Up Solutions, because you and I watched Stand Up Solutions together. It was also very entertaining.
Yes. The next one I have on the list is Broken Rage from Takeshi Kitano, which
was
we
awesome.
talked about not long ago on
In a pre-show.
On the pre-show, and it was featured on
Yeah.
our show, the regular show. I found that one because Simon Barrett logged it on letterboxd, and I had not heard of it, did not know what it was. Seemingly nobody was watching it. At the time, Simon Barrett was the only person I follow who had logged it. And it was on Amazon Prime, which I have access to, and it's only 63 minutes long or whatever it
Something
was.
like that, yeah.
And I thought, I'm gonna fucking check this out. I don't know, it seems interesting, and I featured it on our show because I knew that you would think it sounded interesting based on what I knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm gonna feature it on our show, and then this will be one that we can both probably watch and then talk about. And that worked out well because it's fucking fantastic.
It's a good, like, short on its own, but then it's also really funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then just not like anything I've ever seen before.
No,
Very unique.
definitely, yeah.
And then next up on my list, the list that I'm looking at, which is my list, and you're looking at Thomas Heller's list, I have Marty Supreme
Oh, okay, okay, yeah.
from Josh Safdie, which I won't say much about for the sake of you wanting to see it.
I do.
But so I haven't seen Benny's movie, the Smashing Machine with The Rock and Emily Blunt.
Never heard of
Benny,
it.
really? Benny Safdie also released a movie this year.
Wow, really?
And that
Are they
was
like
his-
split up now?
Yeah.
Oh, was there a fight? A falling out?
Nobody knows.
no.
But the thing that I read where they were talking, one of them was being interviewed for something. I don't remember if it was Josh or if it was Benny, but they were asked about like why they're not making a movie together. And it was kind of, the gist that I got was kind of that Benny was doing more acting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of just that, like, scheduling wise, they ended up kind of just like, okay, we're just going to kind of do our own things for now, I think.
I see.
Kind of like the Coen brothers as well.
Yeah.
Also a similar situation is what it seemed like, but I don't know. I don't know if there was some kind of a falling out or not. I think there's speculation of that.
I hope that like it was, they realized that they were their only equal competition, so they decided to compete against each other instead of.
Well, Benny's off doing these like little Christopher Nolan movies and stuff like that, and so
Loser.
yeah, what a fucking square. And then Josh is like, well, I want to direct, and yeah. No, I liked Drew McWeeny, his review for Marty Supreme. No spoilers, doesn't mention the plot or anything, but that's the only reason why I'm going to read it. But he said, I know which Safdie I want in this divorce.
Oh.
But like I said, I haven't seen the Smashing Machine yet. It looks decent.
But that review only makes sense if there's a rating attached to it.
If there's a rating attached to it.
Yeah, because he could have rated it 1 and still said the same thing. he could have rated it a 10 and still said the same thing.
Sure.
And they have very different meanings.
Well, no, he didn't give it a star, but he gave it a like. So
okay.
It's a positive
but
comment.
But you see my point, though, right? Like he could be saying, I hate this movie.
Yes.
I want the other guy.
Yes.
Okay.
But based on the consensus that I've seen, it seems like this movie wins the Safdie War of 2025.
Okay. I see.
Even though I haven't seen the Smashing Machine yet, so I can't personally speak on that. But this was the one that I was at least more interested in seeing. Because, I don't know, the other one is like an MMA movie with The Rock. The Rock doing his, like, going for an Oscar type of role.
That. Ugh.
Where it's like he's like playing a real life person. And it's like a real serious, like, drama. And The Rock, it seems like it's like a Oscar kind of like this big action movie, silly guy is doing this like serious drama role, trying to get an Oscar situation.
I see.
So I was like, I don't know, I won't go to the theater, but whenever it's on HBO, I'll watch it.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, I was looking forward to this one, not really knowing anything about what it was about.
I have no idea what Marty Supreme's about either, other than I know one of the actors in it, personally, sort of. I met one of them.
Would you care to say?
Yeah.
I think I know who.
So that's the only reason why I know anything about this movie.
Assuming, just guessing who you're talking about, I will say I did not know they were in it until their name was on the opening credits.
Right, yeah. So like the only reason I know anything about this movie is because they've posted on social media like some behind the scenes.
Someone related to magic stuff, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay, yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, like he's in a movie.
Yeah.
So I had to look up the title, and I was like, "Oh, it's that Marty Supreme that I know nothing about." So I'll stop here and not look any further at his post, because he was showing like him in character or his costume or whatever, and some other behind the scenes photos. I was just like, "Oh, I shouldn't be looking at this."
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing Penn Jillette in this movie.
Yes, I wish I could say more about it, and I wish you had seen it by now, but. That's very understandable anyway. And there is a... I don't know, it sucks.
Oh, skipping ahead.
Hopefully you can go see it in theater, because I think it is expanding, because it has been performing very well, apparently.
Good.
Which is also good, because I think it's A24's highest, like, most expensive movie they've ever made as well.
Oh, wow.
I believe I think they said that it was their most expensive movie, and it has a budget of like $70 million budget.
What do you think that budget went to? Like cast or sets or
maybe cast? I don't know, because I think I guess you don't know who the lead actor is in it. From what I understand, he paid. I think for what I heard is that he personally helped pay for like the marketing and stuff like that.
Oh wow!
And he also, this actor who I guess I won't say because you don't know who it is and you're avoiding everything, which is understandable. He also had been preparing for this role since 2018, I read, and had been practicing since 2018. And over the course of these multiple movies he has been doing since then, he has been like carrying stuff in order to also continue practicing on the set of these other movies he's been doing.
Wild.
And
I have no idea.
Fucking amazing, yeah. And I hope he wins the Oscar. Yeah, it's a fantastic movie, and as all Safdie movies are, it's fucking like also stressful and just great.
Sorry, I kind of recognize his face if that's the guy on the poster there.
Probably so, because his face is pretty much what all the marketing is.
Yeah, I can't think of his name right now. Don't tell me.
Yeah,
his name's Marty Supreme. That's all that matters.
yeah, his name is Marty. Martin Supreme.
Martin with sour cream.
So that was my. That was another one. I actually might go see that one again. The music is fucking great. It's just if you like the Safdie brothers other movies, it's just like it's a Safdie brothers movie.
So then clearly
you can't tell that the other guy isn't involved.
Clearly someone was holding most of the film on their shoulders, and
potentially maybe
and the other guy was just acting in the background.
I haven't seen Smashing Machines, so maybe I'll watch that and also say this just feels like their other movies. Like, you can't.
Yeah. Okay.
So because there's an interesting thing with the Coen brothers having both made independent, like separately made their own movies, and I haven't seen Ethan's movies yet, but I did see Joel Coen's Macbeth movie with Denzel, and
I haven't seen it.
There's an interest. I was reading actually about their not working together, and there was an interesting thing that I read where they're talking about how you can kind of, in both of their separate movie making, you can actually kind of really interestingly see where each one's influence is in all of their movies together.
Ah, okay.
And they're like, you can kind of see like which one is driving which movies, because they're like, Ethan Coen has made a couple of these movies so far on his own. And they're like, and the humor and the silliness of them is kind of more akin to like a Big Lebowski type of movie or like a Raising Arizona. And then Joel Coen so far has only done that Macbeth, but like the serious drama of it is more in line with like the There Will Be Blood or No Country for Old Men.
I see.
Or like Inside Llewyn Davis. And they're like, you can kind of see each independent Coen brothers work within their movies together now. I thought that was really interesting. And I kind of wanted to see that with the Safdies and see if that's the case. Continuing on, my next movie on my list, I don't know what Thomas Heller has, but I have Cha Cha Real Smooth.
It's also the same one. So I've never heard of this. Did this come out this year? Or 25?
No, this was a 2022.
Okay.
And I talked about this a little bit on one of the pre-shows, I think. It was just, I had seen his previous movie, Shithouse, which is also on this list coming up. But so that was his first movie, and then Cha Cha Real Smooth was his second movie. This is the dude that's like slightly younger than me, and he acts in his movies as well as write and direct them. And I don't know, there's just like this, his movies are definitely different from Richard Linklater, but there is this like charm to them that reminds me of Richard Linklater.
I see. Okay.
And Cha Cha Real Smooth was one that just like, I think I mentioned it before on a pre-show, and it was just like, it caught me off guard where I just like started crying at the end of it unexpectedly.
Oh, okay. I recall that. Yeah.
That's what that movie did. It was fucking great. He was so good in it. It's funny. It's just great. Dakota Johnson is great in it. It's a fantastic movie. Next movie on my list is from director Andrew DeYoung, and it's Friendship from 2024, starring Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd and Kate Mara, and features a cameo from Connor O'Malley.
Yes.
And
yeah, right.
Friendship it's very weird. It's a very weird movie, just like tonally, comedically. It's very just like a cringe, really weird movie.
Is this A24's like first comedy?
Absolutely not. No.
I didn't know if like you calling it weird and strange would be like that's just A24's version of comedy. Like A24 has a version of horror that everyone kind of.
It definitely seems A24 in the sense that like I don't know who else would have like made this like
okay,
how else this would have gotten made. And that's my favorite thing about A24 is they're like, whenever they put out stuff like that where it's like I don't know, like definitely nobody else would have funded this, and it wouldn't exist probably if it wasn't for them existing. Next up on my list is Cooper Raif's first movie, Shithouse, which was very funny. The very interesting, just great little drama, starring him and some woman, Dylan Jalula as the co-star.
Okay.
They're both fucking great. Excellent movie. Oh yeah, Cha-Cha Real Smooth is on Apple TV.
Oh, it is.
It looks like Shithouse is on Tubi at the time of recording. I found a bootlegged Blu-ray copy of it. Yeah, that's how I watched it. It's excellent.
I currently have Apple TV still, so I might try to watch Cha-Cha Real Smooth.
Yeah, I'd be interested. I don't know if you would be as positive about it as me. I don't know. I'd be really interested to hear what you think about it.
I'm just trying to get my money's worth for Apple TV because there's absolutely nothing on there.
And you're just like, what the fuck am I supposed to watch on this?
I'm currently watching one show that's about to end.
Yeah.
As far as the season.
And I read a thing just earlier today that Vince Gilligan was like, you're not going to get a second season for a while.
Yeah, I've read this too. I read this like 3 or 4 days ago.
Yeah.
And I got
you're
pissed.
Like, fuck you.
Yeah, because I was like, no, it's more like fuck me. Because I realized I was like, oh yeah, I should have not have started this. I should have waited at least two seasons. But it was something. What was it? Someone like wrote, what was it? It was something like in the same time frame that like 67 episodes of Breaking Bad were made and released. You'll get roughly 2 seasons of Pluribus. And I was like, fuck off.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck off. It is so good.
I saw that article and I was like, oh, this is Will's worst nightmare.
Yes, it was. I saw that and I was like, God damn. But again, I was mostly just pissed off at myself. But I'm also I'm catching up slowly on Solo. Sorry, it's called Silo. And other than that, I haven't found anything that I'm like, I guess I'll watch this or whatever. So I'll watch Cha-Cha Real Smooth just to get my money's worth.
Like I think I might have said before, my partner got a free trial of Apple TV, and because she knew that I wanted to watch Cha-Cha Real Smooth, and it's not available anywhere because like Netflix, Apple TV makes all their stuff unavailable to watch anywhere else.
Yes,
which pisses me off. So I watched that, and then the only other thing on there that I wanted to watch was Napoleon, which I never did.
I haven't got to, and that's also one that I saw early on when I first subscribed about a month ago, but I'm still in the boat of like, do I want to commit to this?
Long, yeah.
Yes,
the director's cut, especially the director's cut version, is like 3.5 hours or something like that.
Yeah,
that's
so
fucked up.
We'll see, but So Cha-Cha Real Smooth, I'll try to watch that before I end up canceling.
Yeah,
So,
if you do, I would love to hear what you think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know what you would think of it.
I'm just
I have
curious.
a feeling you would be meh on it, but that's fine.
That's fine.
Next on my list, I have the In-Betweeners movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because earlier in 2025, I watched the In-Betweeners, the series, in full twice. And
yes.
I have hailed it as probably the funniest show I've ever watched.
Yeah, right. I remember you saying that.
It is so fucking good. And then the movie also, the movie is not as great as the show, but the movie is still fucking delightful, very funny still, just great. And it's just fun to spend like 90 plus minutes with those characters that I've loved over the course of the show, and see like a full movie of them and see them in a different setting as well. It's very good, very funny. Everybody, if you haven't seen The In-Betweeners, get on Amazon Prime, watch The In-Betweeners, the TV show. There's 3 seasons. Each one is 6 episodes long. It's 18 episodes.
Not bad.
So next up takes me back to January of 2025 when I first watched this. The 2022 film from director Mike Cheslick, Hundreds of Beavers.
So oddly enough, I almost watched this a couple days ago. I think it's on Netflix, and
it's on Prime.
Maybe it was Prime then.
Yeah,
but yeah.
It's on actually everything but Netflix almost. It seems.
So I lied. But I did see it, and it started to autoplay the trailer, and it was all in black and white, I think. And I was like, I wonder if Thomas knows about this.
I bought the Blu-ray from Vinegar Syndrome at the end of 2024, and I got it in January 2025 and watched because I really wanted to see it.
I still know nothing about it other than
I knew nothing about it either.
The title, and like I said, I saw the little like preview of the trailer.
We actually have. You probably know as much as I did whenever I first watched it then,
and
because
it
that was
seemed
all I
to
knew.
me based off of the context of the title and off of a couple of the things I saw in the trailer to be a comedy. And I was like, ooh, a black and white comedy. Interesting. But I could be wrong. I don't know. But that's what it felt like, and that's all I wanted to know.
So yeah, I'll skim past it then really quick. So Hundreds of Beavers.
I just want to know, are there at least 101 beavers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Will, you should watch it. I think you will. I think that's one that you will like. Cha-Cha Real Smooth, I don't know, but I think Hundreds of Beavers is one that you
are
like.
those a worthy double feature?
That'd be odd. I mean, Cha-Cha Real Smooth is it'd be an odd double feature. I'll say
that. good enough.
No, these are all movies. If you watch these, do let me know. Because I would love to hear what you think. I actually text my friend Chris and told him to watch Hundreds of Beavers. I was like, I don't know. I think you would really.
Did you not tell me to watch it, or did I just forget that you told me to watch it?
I don't know if I did or not. I remember telling Chris to, but I don't know.
Because I definitely didn't know that. I mean, you maybe mentioned it, and I just don't recall. But I saw it, and I was like, this looks really unique. And I was going to text you about it, and I was like, well,
it is really
unique.
Does
know about it.
Yeah. I own the Blu-ray. I need to watch the special features still because I would love to see some making of stuff. It's fucking so good. So yeah, do watch that. Next up on my list, I have Ryan Coogler's Sinners. I thought that was excellent. I love a Western. I love horror. I like vampires. And well, spoiler, I guess, on that, kind of. I wish I didn't know about that before I watched it.
Yeah, me too.
So, sorry.
But I also wish, because I definitely plan on watching Sinners again. I watched it at a drive-in theater. It was the second billing after the Final Destination movie that came out. So not like, I guess they were both horror films, but definitely not like, tonally opposite ends of the spectrum.
What was the other one?
What's that?
What's the other movie you saw it with again?
The new Final Destination.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I also hear is good. I haven't seen yet though.
I enjoyed it. It wasn't a great movie. It was crap, but it was crap in line with the whole franchise. It was fun. There's a couple deaths that are pretty awesome. So I watched it there. So I wasn't like tonally ready for it, but also this isn't like a format blame or whatever, because the drive-in's great, but this movie I don't think is really made for at least the drive-in that I went to. There's a lot of soft-spoken parts of the film. There's a lot of, like you have to really listen.
It's like 60% just like a Western drama.
Yeah. And because of that, the audio that I was getting wasn't all that great. I was outside of my vehicle, like laying down on a blanket, and we had like the car stereo turned up, so it just wasn't ideal. So I definitely want to go and like watch this again. But from what I saw, I did enjoy it a lot. I don't want there to be any kind of sequel or spinoff, because I just don't think there needs to be for most films. But I would kind of like to see the Native American Vampire Hunter movie. Like that, I think would be fucking kick-ass.
Well, so maybe you'll never get it.
I hope I don't. But if it came out, I'd be like, okay, I'm down.
But if it came out, I'd be happy.
Because it was like what, like not even 10 minutes worth of the movie that they were kind of featured in it. But it was a really cool concept, Okay, Sinners is great.
Michael B. Jordan was really good.
Yeah, the whole cast.
Haley Steinfeld was really good. Yeah, I've heard that there's like Oscar buzz for it and stuff, and I hope that it gets some recognition because it is deserving. Next up on my list, I have from Scott Beck and Brian Wood's Heretic.
I want to see this
2024, starring Hugh Grant, Sophie Thatcher, Chloe East, Topher Grace. Very good. I watched it on HBO Max. I talked about it on a pre-show already a little bit about how I wish it would have been Oscar nominated for writing, just for the first half. It's fucking amazing.
Well,
and Hugh Grant's performance is just
exactly
so good. Yeah.
So that's
the reason to watch it. Yeah.
you sold me even more on it whenever you mentioned the writing previously, because I wasn't expecting you to, talk highly about the writing. Not that like it's a shock, but I just didn't expect that to be like a thing that you pointed out, I guess. But
yeah, maybe I shouldn't have even said that before, because I also wasn't expecting that to be a thing when I went into the movie.
Yeah. But the main reason I wanted to see this since I saw the trailer, which I have seen the trailer all the way through.
I don't think I have even still right now.
The Hugh Grant role. Yeah. I just appeals to me so much, and I want to see that. So I don't care if the movie is bad. I just want to watch him.
British sweetheart. Hugh Grant as not a sweet, lovable, like just being like cute and lovey.
Is he still playing Hugh Grant, or is he playing like a horror Hugh Grant? Or sorry, that's the same thing. Is he playing a horror Hugh Grant, or is he playing a character?
He is playing a character.
So not like
and he has
the recognizable Hugh Grant.
There is the Hugh Grant charm in his character for sure. Yes.
I don't think you can turn that off.
Right.
To his detriment as an actor.
So I will say he is not. It's not like his character is just like from the jump menacing. You know.
Okay.
He is just Hugh Grant, but like tonally, the tone of the movie makes you're like already kind of uncomfortable though. You're like, I don't know about this guy.
So how close to Love Actually does he get?
How close to Love Actually?
On a scale of like 1 to Love Actually, how close does he get?
Yeah, so he's not
like a 5.
Definitely not close to Notting Hill. But...
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
No, he. I'll give him like a 5.
So it's like Notting Hill, but with sinister music in the background.
Right, that's exactly right.
It's like those recut trailers where like they recut to like a different genre or whatever.
Yeah, it's the Notting Hill trailer, but
horror.
But
suspense or whatever. Yeah.
No, I do wish that there could have been some award recognition for him, as well as the screenplay. I think, which I mean, with the screenplay, it's hard to say because. Like I've said, there is definitely like at a certain point the movie is absolutely not as good as the setup was.
Right.
But like I think the setup for me personally was like so good that I would have been happy if there was a recognition for the writing.
Mm-hmm. I'm just glad that that Hugh Grant did that role.
Yeah.
Same. Stepped out of it the normal, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess. there's a lot of A24 features on this list, which I feel bad about because of their not too long ago like announcement of like being fine with implementing AI into shit.
Like late 25, they were like all AI all the way,
which I haven't heard them also like go back on at all either.
Nope, they haven't.
So I feel really bad about that, but also like. They just so happen to also like finance and make good movies still.
As of right now, at least.
And again, still like a lot of these movies are again like things that like I'm not sure like who else would have financed this had they not. And so there's a bunch of these like weird art house movies that like maybe wouldn't exist if it wasn't for a studio like them making these.
But also
there's like a lot of give and take.
On the other side of that, though, is that A24 absolutely would not exist without these art house films.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that they're willingly like flipping the bird to their origin story, in support of AI is kind of gross. But also, what bothers me about the whole AI and A24 matchup is if it was like Universal. Or Marvel, or Disney, one of those powerhouses, which I'm sure they're also going to support, or either already have supported AI created film. People, I think, would not be as on board with whatever the result was because it's Disney or it's Universal or it's Marvel, and they would probably heavily rely off of like pop culture or like their own pre-existing IP stuff mixed with AI, and I think people would just be like, well, this is a stupid use of AI, right? But the downside to like A24 doing it is that I fear that they're gonna do a decent job at convincing people that it's a worthy avenue to pursue, but just because it's A24.
Yeah, it has like such a fucking fan base.
Well, not just the fan base, because I mean,
and
those other places that I mentioned have, you know, the fan base too. What I mean is that like they're gonna. I feel like A24 is gonna do something that makes it more accessible, whatever it is. Rather, it is or it was these weird art house films. They made them more accessible, or it's, you know, really crazy storytelling. They made it more accessible, and now they're going to do the same thing with AI. And I hope that they fail, and I'm wrong. But I also think that like A24 doing it half-ass is a bigger gateway drug than Marvel doing it half-ass, where people would just like dog shit on Marvel or dog shit on Disney or whatever, and be like, "Oh, that's stupid," you know, whatever, right? But A24 will do something where it's either unnoticeable that it's AI, or it's so wholly dependent on it being AI for whatever fucking weird A24 spin they're going to put on it, that people are going to be like, "Oh, I see potential in this," and that's what also is really gross to me. Is that it's like, God damn it. So
yeah,
anyway.
So shout out to A24 for launching an AI division. And they also, I did not know this, but I just looked up A24 AI, and there's articles about them using AI generated posters for Civil War. I did not know that.
Oh wow, really?
So there are posters that they use AI for.
But I also figured that like most advertising media out there anymore has some level of AI involvement. Either it's like, you know, some graphic artist using AI in, you know, Photoshop or something like that to help it enhance an image or build, you know, content in the background or whatever it is, or it's something more like, you know, they just typed it into a language model and it just shat out something, and then they slightly tweaked it. You know, it's a spectrum, but I'm sure that like most shit now is that, as far as media, because it's that they already didn't want to pay people to make posters. Like that's been such a dying art, unfortunattunately.
I know. I want to go back to the 70s, like those fucking posters.
They were amazing.
where they're fucking like, they look hand drawn.
Because
there's like so much. There's so much shit happening on them, and there's like text all over the place.
Like there's still poster artists out there. And I'm blanking on the name. Corey Culp knows one, a friend of the show. And so those people are still out there. And I'm sure that maybe like some of them, I'm not blaming this person that I can't think of, but I'm sure that like some artists are using AI as a tool and some are using it as a crutch. But I think there are also places that aren't even going through an artist, that they're just having their marketing department, you know, shit it out. So yeah, it's a fucking scary place we're going towards.
Yeah. Well, luckily there's no stopping it.
No. Okay.
Next up on my list.
The movie in question, though, because you never mentioned this title.
Yes, I did. I opened with it, Heretic.
Oh, no. I was talking about Shifty.
Oh, I haven't gotten to that yet.
Oh, sorry. So the next movie is...
So you cut off my introduction, but the next movie is Shifty from director Adam Curtis. This is a wonderful documentary. It is a...
What's it about?
5-part documentary, if I recall correctly. Clocks in at, according to letterboxd, 346 minutes in total.
Jeez.
It is...
Eat your heart out.
Shows in a new and imaginative way how over the past 40 years in Britain, extreme money and hyper-individualism can come together in an unspoken alliance. Together they undermined one of the fundamental structures of mass democracy, that it could create a shared idea of what was real. And as that fell apart, with it went the language and the ideas that people had turned to for the last 150 years to make sense of the world they live in.
That's a very complex, high-concept documentary.
It's over the course of like from the 70s through to the end of the millennium.
Mm-hmm.
It's just following the course of society and democracy's like destruction in Britain.
Oh wow.
Starting from like Margaret Thatcher and moving onward, and just showing how corporations have like gradually taken over everything and like the alliances with all the politicians. That's what the documentary is, but it's all done. It's not like a Talking Heads documentary where there's like people sitting down in interviews talking about like oh, and then in 1941, whenever, there's none of that at all. It's all done only with archival footage. The entire documentary is. And so it's archival footage and then some text on screen. That's the whole thing.
Wow,
and then,
that's interesting.
And then it ends. I've mentioned it before on the pre-show, I believe, after I finished watching it. That ends, the final moments of the last episode is what made it onto my list. Like, because it ends with like it's fucking amazing ending. Where I think I had mentioned it before, and whether you're gonna watch it or not, I don't know.
I would like to, but I don't think you could. Is this spoilerable? As far as like the sensation, I'm sure that you felt was amazing, so. But I don't think it's It's not like you're gonna ruin a plot or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And it is available on YouTube in full. That's where I watched it. Okay. All of it is uploaded onto YouTube.
One long clip,
nope, in parts. In parts.
Okay.
In five, like 1 hour. Or like 59 minutes, whatever it is. It ends with this moment of like discussing how much nostalgia plays a role on like everything basically. Yeah. Like there's like a nostalgia factor for all of this stuff, and I'm obviously not wording it as well or like in a way that sounds like it would be as impactful, but it ends talking about that. And then it kind of ends on like but also, is that what we just did to you with this? Oh. And you're like, oh, fuck, it's fucking meta. Brilliant. Yeah, because the whole thing is archival footage of like all this shit, and it ends on this like amazing note that just like, I paused it and I was just like, well, fuck, that's fucking great.
Yeah, because there is an argument of like, especially now, this whole talking point of like, times were better when or whatever, right? And that's something that's been around for a while. I mean, like every older generation says that the current time is worse than what they were, whatever. But yeah, like how much of that is just this nostalgic glasses over like rose tinted memory, right? But I think there's also on the same coin, it's like, yeah, but I think times are also shit now too. So it's like I think it's like are we missing what was? Are we nostalgic for what was, or are we jaded for what is now? And then also how much of that is like what was better and what is now is shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's an interesting concept to end on.
It's it's fucking fantastic,
cool.
And all the footage is really interesting and cool too, because it's not just like, I don't know, because it's not just like it's watching prime ministers like speeches and stuff like that. Yeah. There's like I don't even know where a lot of this footage is from. There's footage of like just people like doing stuff and like talking about their lives and stuff like that, and people like. There's like an immigrant who owns a business and he's getting like assaulted or his shop is getting assaulted and stuff like that. And he's talking about like, yeah, I fucking have lived here for like 25 years and this is like how life is. And I don't know. It's fascinating. It's obviously pretty dark and depressing as well, but it's really interesting.
To do all of that without like an overarching narrator or, experts or whatever.
Just text on screen
is really, compelling as far as just how it was crafted and how it was like birthed in the edit. That's cool.
Really good. Highly recommend. Like I said, it's on YouTube, the whole thing for free. I think all of Adam Curtis's documentaries are on there.
Shifty, huh?
Yeah. His documentary, Hypernormalization, is really good. But Shifty is like one of the main things that I've taken away from it is that's where I learned that privatization was created by the Nazis.
Which is wild.
I did not know. I had never heard that. Never knew that. But that is
it makes sense.
A part of the thing, because it's on a portion of the documentary where it's getting into privatization of like, there was privatization of the water. Like this water company was being privatized, and it's showing how all of these like farmers are being fucked, and all of this stuff is going on, and it meant. The text on screen mentions like privatization was started by the Nazis in order to gain the support of the rich people in Germany and the rich and powerful. And I was like, what the fuck? And I like looked it up and it's true. And I was like, oh my, because I mean, I didn't think they made that up, but I was also like, I've never heard that before.
Stunned by it, yeah. Because it seems so innocuous. It just seems like it's, it's like, oh, it sucks, but it's part of life.
Something that fucking everybody wants to do now. Well, not
like,
everybody, but
like, that was a conversation that was had recently about like why don't we have unique things anymore? And specifically, this person was talking about how like Cracker Barrel almost went under because of like fan back or like support or whatever customer backlash whenever it was announced that they were going to get rid of like a lot of their things that make them what they are charm wise, and the question was like, well, why don't we have like McDonald's doesn't have, except for like their golden arches, like their branding, like all the buildings look the same. There's no play place. There's no like goofy stuff anymore. You don't have stores that have like super unique construction or anything that makes them stand out from any other building once their logo is removed from it. And the person mentioned it's because of privatization and especially like these hedge fund companies that come in and everything is built for failure in the sense that like they rebrand the company, they organize how their properties are built or whatever, because they know that they're going to make money when they fail on selling it to someone else who can use it. Whereas if it was, a very specific looking building for that brand, it's much harder to sell it to someone else to then make it their brand or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like everything is just becoming like slot box, and I was like, yeah, it's kind of sad. But I mean, is that nostalgia being like, I miss those days? Or is it also being like, everything's so bland and boring now that, nothing.
Yeah. I forgot to mention on the New Year topic earlier, whenever it went to the American one, like the contrast of the London one to the American one, because the London one, it shows the crowds and it's just like all these people and like having a good time and stuff. And then it goes to the American one and it's these fucking idiots all standing there wearing Planet Fitness hats. And there's just like Planet Fitness marketing on everything. And I was like, I fucking hate that. I kept shitting on it the whole time we were watching it. I was just like, look at these fucking idiots wearing these goddamn hats. I hate it.
Yeah.
Because they had these like tall, like it looked like foot tall, like purple hats that just say Planet Fitness all over it. And there's just Planet Fitness banners on everything.
Because they sponsored it.
And I'm like, what? This is
but also, it's like, do you blame the company for buying sponsorship, or do you blame the organizers for even like wanting sponsors in the first place, or do you blame, I don't know, another group that made it to where this thing can only survive with sponsorship? I don't know, like who does? Fuck. And
also, do I also blame these people who are choosing to wear this stupid hat?
Well, but I don't know if they're choosing to wear this stupid hat in the sense that like, I mean, they could take it off or not wear it, but they want to be in the moment and there, and that's part of it, right? If the hat said anything else, or even if it was just a tall purple hat, they would still wear the hat, right? They're not doing it because it says Planet Fitness. But the fact that like it even says Planet Fitness, that's even a thing. It's like, do you flip off Planet Fitness, or do you flip off the organizers of the event, or do you flip off the society that makes it to where you can't even have the fucking event without having $1 million sponsor? I don't know, but it's really gross to see all that kind of stuff and just be like, it's all just a big ad. That's all it is anymore.
and it was nice to see some of the other footage from other places in the world where they're
Just
not
people.
wearing like a big hat that says like McDonald's or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Anyway, moving
Contrast.
on. Next up, I had the 2023 also documentary series, a 3-part documentary from HBO Max called Telemarketers.
You told me about this last episode, I think.
I think so. This is co-directed by an Adam Bala Lough, L-O-U-G-H, Lough,
Okay. I'll buy it.
and a Sam Lipman Stern. It is... So, yeah, I did talk about it a little bit, and you had the same reaction as my partner did, which is, this seems really depressing and dark.
Infuriating is what I said, too. I haven't seen it.
I am happy to say that while that is part of it, because the whole thing is uncovering this telemarketing company they worked for, like passing off what they're doing as charitable donations, but they're actually just pocketing all the money.
Like 90% of it or whatever. Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's infuriating, obviously. But also, this is one of those documentaries where you meet a guy and you're just like, I want to just watch nothing but this person.
Oh, yeah, character, yeah.
There is this dude, Pat. And if you look at the poster for telemarketers, like on letterboxd or whatever, that is like an illustration of like Pat's hair and mustache, like that's his face.
Does he actually have dollar signs for eyes?
Surprisingly, no.
Oh, okay.
It seems, I kind of thought he was going to, but he didn't. Pat is one of the like main dudes in this documentary. You meet him like halfway through the first episode, and it was just like, I fucking instantly love this dude. This dude was working at the telemarketing company with our director, narrator, the one filming. This dude Pat was working at this place, and he's fucking like doing heroin on the clock, and he's like, there's like shots of him like calling people, and he's like falling asleep at his desk. But all these people talking about working there are just like, yeah, you'd see him just like eyes closed, like falling asleep, but he's fucking making sale. He like could sell like nobody else, and like he doesn't even have to try.
He's just bored. He's just that easy.
So the way the dude filming, Sam. So Sam wanted to be a documentarian already. Like that's what he wanted to do. Wanted to be a filmmaker. And this dude Pat is the one that told him like, you should do a documentary about this fucking place and how we're ripping everybody off.
Oh, so Pat's aware of the situation.
Yes, it is. That dude is fucking fantastic. And so the documentary is pretty much our main dude and Pat, Sam and Pat, like working together to like try to show everybody what is happening, not just with this company, but with telemarketers in general, because this company tanks, and there's just another one that just pops up. They're just doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And then there's all of these different ones, every state. So all of these calls are for different like fraternal order of police, like all of these different police charities, like fallen police, like wives of fallen police officers.
It's always
like all
some emotional.
Every single one of these. Yeah. And all of these are either real charities that are getting almost none of the money that you're giving them to the telemarketers, or they are a fake charity that the telemarketing company has set up.
Right.
And so there are a lot of these. So they get to where there's like these charities that are operating as the police, where the telemarketers are telling you that I am a police officer, which back in these guys' day, whenever they were calling in like 2005, they're like, that was like the only thing we couldn't do is say that we're police officers. Like, that was specifically what you can't do, otherwise you're getting sued. And now there are all these people that are saying, they are calling and saying, I am a police officer calling from this blah blah blah. And so people, because if you're able to say that, people are more willing to give you the money than if you're saying, I'm doing this on behalf of. And so they're able to say like 100% of the money is going toward the police organization, whatever.
Well, sure. Yeah.
And so the whole documentary is uncovering all that. But this guy Pat is just such a fucking character. you just love this guy. And then so you're also invested in him as a person, and you're following his journey, and you're like, I don't want anything bad to happen to Pat, because he's just like on all these drugs and shit like that, and you're like, I want him to get clean, and he's like talking about how he's like trying to get clean and stuff.
It's like you just know at the end there's going to be a lot like a title card that says Pat died. You know?
Right. Yeah. I kept waiting for that because part 2 ends with like, it's in like 2011 or 12, and they had an interview set up they had like a big interview set up, and our main guy can't get a hold of Pat, and like nobody knows where he is, and he's fucking missing, and that's how part 2 ends, and you're like, oh my god, no, nothing happened to Pat. It's just so good. Pat, I just want him to be involved in every documentary ever made. Like, he's fucking wonderful.
Right.
So yeah, it's worth watching. It's not as like bleak and make you feel like a horrible person as you kind of think when you read what it's about. It's more just entertaining, but also just fascinating as well.
So how many years did they film this?
So he started filming at the company they were working at, CDG was what it was called. They started filming in that in like 2006 or 7.
Wow. Okay.
And he eventually got fired, our main guy Sam, I think for filming in the workplace and posting them on YouTube. He would post videos because he was like, the shit that's happened here is fucking insane, and he was posting videos on YouTube, and I think he got fired for that. But so like 2006 or 7 they started filming it. It was like a thing where they would film and they would do all this stuff, and then it would kind of like fizzle out, and then a few years later they would like and Pat would like come back together. And so then part 2 kind of is a lot in like 2011, 12, and then that kind of drops out, and then it picks up again in like 2021 ish. Fucking fantastic, because also they keep picking back up, and they're just like, yeah, since we started, this shit has gotten fucking even crazier. Like, we thought it was bad then, and it's like even worse now.
So there was a time, it was, I want to say, because I had just moved back from California, so it had been like 2013 maybe, unless I was home for like winter break or something, and it was 2012. But we had one of these Fraternal Order of Police charity people call, and they may have called other times, but this time I answered.
The Indiana FOP is actually specifically featured in this documentary.
Really?
On some of the paperwork, yeah.
So I might have spoken to this. So so that they called. It was around Christmas time, I think. So it might have been 2012. But anyway, they called, and hey, we're with Fraternal Order of Police out of Indiana, or whatever it was called, and we're looking for donations.
You were probably talking to a caller from like New Jersey or something. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, I knew it wasn't legit.
It's fucking crazy, right? Yeah.
And also, I'm not about to donate to a charity over a phone anyway. Yeah. I'll just do it in person. But so they call, and the whole spiel and everything. And I was just trying to think of a way to like get them to like, leave us alone, basically. And so the guy asked, is there any amount that you can donate to today to help us? And I said, well, unfortunately, our house burnt down just a few days ago. And it's been a rough, Christmas. It's we're struggling. So I don't really have anything to give at all. And I was kind of expecting the guy to be like, oh, okay, sorry, best wishes or whatever, thanks, see ya, right? But instead he goes, oh, okay, well, how about $5? Can you guys just do $5? And I was like, no, we lost everything. Our house burnt down. Is there any amount that you can give at all? Yep. I just
That's in the documentary.
I was like, I was so done.
I want to watch it again now and see if your call is featured in the documentary. Because no, there is specifically calls that are like that where they're talking to clearly an old person on the phone.
Yes, yeah.
And they'll have like, there was like an old lady that was on the phone who is saying like, I'm going to probably be dead in like 4 months. Mm-hmm. And they're just like, oh, that's terrible. Like, is there anything that you, and so these fucking people are talking about like, yeah, that's great. Like they were able to milk like $80,000 out of this old man who was fucking dying and shit like that. Yeah.
So fucking gross.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where it'd get infuriating to me.
Yes. And then so yeah, you're with fucking Pat and Sam, and they're just like, yeah, fuck all this shit. Like, and then like in the third part, like Pat is going undercover. He gets a job with this telemarketing place out of, I think, Florida. And so he's like working from home undercover, and he's like talking to his boss, like getting all the information about like, yeah, so like what percentages are we actually like, and he's like, so he's like actually getting all of this information. And he's like, yeah, and what's the like charity, like where is that based out of? Like he's talking to all this. It's fucking great. I love him so much. Yeah, so telemarketers I really recommend. I think.
And that was where
excellent.
again?
It's on HBO. It's an HBO original.
Okay.
Next up on this list, almost done, 3 left for anyone listening. Next up is the 1979 film from director Alan Clark.
Freeze? Oh, you
Scum.
froze again. Oh no,
he
froze again. Right in the last 3.
Basically, just a
maybe he'll come back.
British.
And is he back?
Oh fuck.
Maybe.
We had technical difficulties again here.
All I
Will's
see is a spinning blue circle.
Reconnecting. No. Okay. Well, in the meantime...
Oh my gosh, there's 4 of you now.
Hello.
No, both are
yeah, I heard one go away.
The other disappearing.
I only see me and you, though. Okay, so technical difficulties aloof in this one, everybody, but we're going to keep rolling. No editing either, nope. So whatever is on here is how it's going to stay.
That's how it's going to be.
So... I'm
curious to hear how whenever our connection is lost, what we're each saying.
Yes. Well, I almost was just going to like keep going, but I was like, oh, but then Will's going to come back and he's not going to fucking have any idea what's going on.
Yeah.
So to rewind again, the 1979 film Scum from director Alan Clark. This is about a British boys juvenile detention center,
okay.
Essentially. And that, I mean, it's hard to say if there's necessarily like a plot. I mean, that's what the movie is. It's just inside of a juvenile detention center. And it is fucking horrific. And it's not a documentary. It's a feature. It's a narrative film.
Okay.
Yeah.
But is it based on anything real?
Not specifically, I don't think, aside from just like what it's like to be in a juvenile detention center.
Yeah,
in this, I guess, in this specific time, at least. And yeah, it is horrific. It is brutal. It is a tough watch. It's one that would be hard to sell if you're trying to tell somebody like you should watch this movie, because it's just like, man, yeah, it's not pleasant. It's fucking excellent though, and it is so realistic, and just it's just tough because you're watching like how they treat each other, how the workers treat the boys in this place, at like the hierarchical structure within the inmates. How there's this one that's like the leader, and he's like beating the shit out of people and taking like their earnings and shit like that. And then this one dude fucking beats the shit out of him, basically. And then there's like stuff where like boys are raping each other, and there's like
graphic.
Yes, very much so. It is horrific. There's like, spoiler alert for this movie that sounds really appealing, I'm sure. Like toward the end of it, there's this boy that gets fucking horrifically raped.
Oh gosh.
And if just, I mean, of course, it just like fucks him up, and he ends up like slitting his wrists and killing himself.
Oh my gosh.
And they like find his body, and it's just fucking brutal. It's rough. It's a rough movie, but it's fantastic.
So I was looking up a little bit about Scum here, and you said this is the 79?
Yeah. There was another version as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I just came across one from 91.
Which Alan Clark, I think, also made.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. I have not seen that one.
I think that one, if they were like a sequel or if it was just a remake. They both have Ray Winstone in it. Winstone.
That I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know anything about the other version. Because I think there's a made-for-TV version.
Yeah, the 91 looks like the TV movie version.
91. Are you sure it's not 77?
Nope. It says 1990. There's 1991. I'm sure that's not 77.
Well, there's a 77 version.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it also by?
I don't know about 1991. Clark? I don't see 1991. Yeah.
Really? You just type in Scum and that doesn't come up?
I mean, yeah, I'm on Letterboxd though. There's not a 1991.
I am on the show backer IMDb.
I figured there's a 77 and there's a 79. I have.
Maybe the 91 TV movie is whenever the 77 one was released.
Yeah, that is the 77 one.
Why does IMDb have it as 91? That's so weird. Anyway,
I don't know, because one of the movies that's going to be featured this upcoming Monday, IMDb also says it's. No, I think IMDb was right about this one. Well, some places, this one movie that's going to be featured says 2024, but it actually came out in 2022, or it premiered in 2022.
But that's closer than like 77 to 91. I mean, that's a huge jump.
I don't know what IMDb's doing.
That's weird. But yeah, so
definitely 77.
I just came across that, and
because Alan Clark was dead in 91. So
and it has the same lead actor, and he's going to be he has to be close in age to the movie. 20 years later almost, he's playing the same like 13-year-old.
Yeah. Oh, don't put me in my cell.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, I didn't do nothing.
That's wild. Anyway, but yeah, I was just as you were telling me about the movie, I was looking up who was in it and all that kind of stuff, and that's how I came across the other one. Cool though.
Yeah.
It sounds uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But also possibly captivating. I guess is the right word.
Yeah, if you liked I mean, not you, if anyone listening, if you liked like Midnight Express or Prayer Before Dawn.
I did like Prayer Before Dawn.
It's kind of like the realism, at least, is kind of akin to that. Just like brutal fucking like it
rough.
Seems like there's like a line where you're like, these performances are so real and believable that this seems like you're watching like real shit. Really good. Because Alan Clark is the director of, I think I may have shown you his short film Elephant. It's like a 45-minute short film maybe. And it is one of my favorite short films I've ever seen. It is just, and it's based on real unsolved murders. It's just sequence after sequence of people being murdered. There's there's like no dialogue in it. It's just long tracking shots, like Steadicam shots, like wide angle tracking shots where you're just like following a person walking, and that's all you're doing. You're just like watching this person walk. There's no music or anything, and they just like walk into this building, and they walk up to a person, they fucking gun them down, and then they walk back out.
But not like a snuff film. Like this is fictional.
No, yeah, it's just a movie.
Okay.
Short film. Yeah,
it's just like actual murders happening.
No, yeah, it's crazy. It's horrific. Really good. Next up on my list is the 1981 made for TV ?
No question mark.
Film, 45-minute film, The Wave, from 1981. From a director, Alexander Grasshoff. I watched this sometime earlier in the year. There was some stuff going on in the world. And this is a film, I think, if I recall correctly, it's made for TV, I believe it was. But it is to quote Letterboxd, a teacher conducts an experiment in an American high school where students learn how easy it is to be seduced by the same social forces that led to the horrors of Nazi Germany.
Oh, wow.
This is based on a true story. A real teacher did this and was reprimanded, I think.
The tagline on the poster is "The classroom experiment that went too far."
Yeah. So basically, this teacher is teaching the students about Nazi Germany, and these high school students are like, they have the same question that anybody who learns about Nazi Germany has, where they're kind of like, but how did anybody let something get this far?
Yeah.
And the teacher is kind of like, well,
let's find out.
It's not as hard as you think. And everybody's like, yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. And then so the next day they come into class, and it's not like he tells them that that's what he's doing. He just starts. He's just like, everybody shut up, sit down. And he just takes like a very like fascist approach. He is showing like how easy it is for everybody to fall in line, and everybody to start enacting and doing things and like recruiting people into this, because he makes up this like fake group. He's like we're part of this new group, and he like makes like a logo for it, and he's like, your job is to recruit people into this group. And he essentially creates like this Nazi party as like this experiment. And then it all culminates with this like giant rally that they're going to have at the school, because like at this point almost everybody in the school is involved in this group.
Oh, gosh.
And he puts together this
in
rally.
3 weeks' time.
And that's where he goes up on stage and he reveals to them, this is what happens. And he reveals like, this is what this is. And it's a lot easier than you all think it is.
Right.
And it like fucked with these kids psychologically. Like in the real story.
Well, I'm
like,
sure. No,
it really fucked their heads up. And I like there's people that had like PTSD from this and shit like that.
But what were the repercussions for him, the teacher?
That I don't recall. Well, this wasn't like a documentary. This is just like a dramatized like version of the real story, pretty much. And so it kind of just ends at that. Like he reveals that, and all of these students are just like, what? And they like start leaving, and they're like pissed off.
Do you think, like, how many of those students, if you had to guess, were, as we'll say, traumatized by this, in the sense that it severely, altered their thinking or their perspective on life or whatever? A few dozen? 100?
At least a few dozen, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember how many the real thing. So the real thing was called the third wave experiment. That's the real event.
It's a little on the nose there, bud.
Because that was like the name of the actual. So in the movie, the like group that they're putting together, he calls it the wave.
The wave. Okay.
And he makes like the little logo, and it's like a wave logo.
So then, do you think there were 0 or more? Like, is it at least one, or how many students unfortunately learned and took a lesson from this in the wrong way? In the sense that, like, oh, it is that easy. Oh, I can do this.
I don't know. Hopefully 0. But
well, yeah, hopefully. But I feel like it's not. I feel like at least a few of them came away from this thinking that, like, that was fun. That was so easy. I now know the roadmap or the blueprint to do this on my own. Because that's also like just as terrifying. To like to be like, bombs are bad and they kill people, and then your student's like, yeah, I don't believe you, sir. And the guy's like, well, I'll show you how to build a bomb and show you how bad it is. And then it happens, and yeah, people are terrorized because they saw people get blown up by a bomb. But then some students are like, oh, I know how to build a bomb now, and I'm going to use that knowledge. That's also terrifying.
Yeah, it's so, to quote Wikipedia, as the movement grew outside his class and began to number in the hundreds, the experiment had spiraled out of control.
Wow.
He convinced the students to attend a rally where he claimed that the classroom project was part of a nationwide movement and that the announcement of a third wave presidential candidate would be televised. Upon their arrival, the students were presented with a blank channel. Jones told his students of the true nature of the movement as an experiment in fascism, and he presented to them a short film discussing the actions of Nazi Germany.
So, were they upset because they were lied to? Were they upset because they realized that that they had been, basically made into a Nazi so easily?
I also want to note that this wasn't like over the course of a year. This is
I'm sure it was very
over
fast.
The course of a few days.
Yeah.
This and it's actually chronologically you can read through what his like class like what they were doing each day, first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth and final day. It was only 5 days.
I jokingly said 3 weeks earlier.
Yeah.
For the whole,
it was only 5 days that they did
fast,
this.
but that's crazy fast. That's terrifying.
Yes. And gathered a following of hundreds in this school.
I mean, the power of storytelling is incredible, but then the power of acceptance and validation, or the needing for those things, I guess, not necessarily the power of them as the whole, but it's frightening what that will make humanity do and not do.
Yeah. So this experiment took place at Cubberley High School in Palo Alto, California, during the first week of April 1967.
Wow. The Wave. And that's available where to watch?
I watched it on YouTube. It's
cool.
At least at the time I watched it, it was on YouTube in full. Again, it's only 45 minutes.
Okay.
There are also lots of like actual documentaries about the real story, but I've only watched that dramatized film.
Do you think the fact that it was boiled down into a 45-minute made-for-TV thing, which I'm sure has probably been shown in schools as an example, right? Do you think that also makes younger individuals say that can't have been possible?
I'm sure. Probably so.
You know, like is there's always this perpetual thinking of like, it cannot be that easy to be horrible. Or to be made to do horrible things. And then,
I'm sure.
And then you literally have to do it before you realize, oh shit. Like, oops.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
That sucks. That's always a good sign for humanity.
Right. Yeah, so
The Wave. Okay. Yeah, that's on the list to watch for sure for me.
Yeah, and it's good that I'm giving you some shorties, as they're called.
Some shorties.
Because counter to that, my final one on my list here is the Netflix series Adolescence.
And I almost started this already, but I wanted to watch Frankenstein first to get that out of the way before I started this, because you told me that it was very good, great, and then I mentioned it to a friend of mine, and they had heard about it but not watched it yet either, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I've heard that this is amazing." So I was like, "Okay, well, I'm not going to start that first before I finish Frankenstein." So I got that out of the way.
It's pretty heavy, I will say that as well. But just the real hook is just watching each episode is one continuous shot.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
Like, whether you're even interested in or enjoy the story, it's worth for you specifically watching it just for like how it's like, just watching
the cinematography, I guess,
all of these performances, and just imagining like they fucking had to like time all of this stuff out, and it's also not in one location. The camera is moving through indoors, outdoors, all of these fucking locations. Awesome. It's fucking great. And then the third, because I think it's 4 episodes. The third,
don't spoil it.
No. The third episode was like, I think it's gotten Emmy nominations and stuff. I think it did. I think Golden Globe nominations it got, I believe. And I don't know if BAFTA stuff is out, but I think it's supposed to be getting a bunch of that too. But it's worth it for the third episode.
This is set in like the UK, right? This story?
Yeah, it is.
From what I saw on like the post on the trailer that barely.
That's how I found out about it. There's a podcast called the QAA podcast, and there was an episode they did where they've had this guest on a few times, but she is a journalist in the UK, and it was just an episode where they were talking about like stuff that's going on in the UK, pretty much. And she was talking about, it was earlier in the year, I think in March 2025, she was like, yeah, this show Adolescence was like that was the big thing.
That was the thing.
That's all everybody would talk about, because it pissed off the right wing in the UK. Because
that's always fun.
Because it was like they felt that the show was making it, because like incel stuff is kind of a part of the show, and the right wing in the UK, I guess, was like upset about like, you're making masculinity look like blah 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 blah, and like you're kind of that shit.
Yeah.
is what fired them all up. So then
if the shoe fits.
So there was this whole thing about like one side being too far because they were saying like, we think this should be shown in schools. And the show maybe shouldn't be shown in schools, but like it should be something that like children like at a certain age, like maybe it would be good to show them. But I don't know about in schools. I don't know if that's appropriate for this show, but also, so there's one side that's like saying that, and then this other side that's saying that this is a left-wing propaganda piece that's supposed to demonize this and that. And so I guess that was what was going on in the UK, according to this woman. Anyway. Yeah. And so that's why they were talking about it. But the guys on the podcast were also just talking about like how it was made, and also just like the impressiveness of the feat of making this show in general. And I was just like, I'm sold. And so I listened to like 15 minutes of this episode and I stopped it. And I was like, I need to watch this show. I gotta watch this first. Yeah. And then I found out that it was a Netflix exclusive. And so I was like,
you said like 4?
Yeah, 4 1-hour episodes, I believe.
So 4 hours.
It's 3 or 4, but I think it was 4 episodes. Okay. If I recall correctly.
4 hours is a lot.
At least you get to do it in parts.
No, not from watching it. No, I mean like to shoot if that was even done in one go. Like that's a lot to shoot. Like even if it was like not a hidden cut here or there or whatever, like that's still really impressive to think. Like that's a long time.
4 1-hour shots.
That's incredible. Yeah. Because did you ever see the Russian Ark finally?
I haven't. No.
God damn it.
I think you talked about this whenever I initially talked about
7 years
adolescence also, and then 10 years ago, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
No, I've seen footage from it. I've never watched it in its entirety. I watched that Victoria movie that you don't remember existing, but it was done all in one shot.
Victoria.
Yeah, there was.
I don't recall this.
You have my Blu-ray I gave you because I didn't care for it, or at least not enough to watch it again.
I feel like I recall a conversation of me saying I don't recall this movie, but that's all I recall.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
And I discovered that because the whole like selling point of that was, of course, like it was done in one shot.
Yeah.
And I remember showing you the trailer in your office there back whenever I found out about it, because it was shortly after Birdman.
Yeah. Oh, one shot.
Yeah, exactly. And so I remember showing you the trailer, and the trailer says something like one chance, one night, one take, or some shit like that.
Okay.
And I think that's what it says on the Blu-ray cover. The Blu-ray cover is like a woman's face and close up, and it says like one chance, one night, one take on the cover. Yeah, and I thought it was fine. Didn't really care for it. But anyway.
Yeah. I mean, same with the Russian Ark. I don't know it, because it's not my history, I guess. It's sort of fascinating from just a pure history standpoint. But no, I got more out of it just from like watching, like the cinematography, like how it was shot, and being very impressed by that. And then watching the behind the scenes.
I did finally watch Rope earlier
that's another one,
in the year, in 2025 as well. Yeah. Because I got this, there have been a few like little box sets of Hitchcock, like Hitchcock Essentials or whatever. There have been like 3 or 4 of them, each with like 5 movies in them, I think. And I've bought all in 4K. I bought all those. And I was like, I need to finally fucking watch Rope, because I've been meaning to for years.
Yeah.
And I thought it was fine. But it was cool. It was really interesting. Yeah. To see how back then he was hiding the cuts, because they would like, the camera would like go up to somebody's back until it goes completely black, and then it would like pull back out. Yeah, I thought that was really fun.
But the cool thing
is, the movie itself was still good, but I expected to like the movie itself more than I did, I think.
Right, okay.
But anyway.
But the fact that we were doing, as filmmakers, Hitchcock was doing that so long ago now, and what is seen with the eyes as being like really simplistic versions of that, to what you're saying is like a 4-part film, all done with like really the same techniques and styles, but just in a very much, what the technology allows for now that it couldn't have allowed for then. It's fascinating to me.
Yeah, and without the hidden cuts too, because obviously they're not going with film.
Exactly. There's no need to do that, but it's still fascinating. That's awesome.
But yeah, it's my personal. I mean, it wouldn't be on my favorite list if I didn't also just enjoy the show itself. Aside from how it was made, but
yeah, that's fair.
I did want to recommend it to you specifically because of how it was made, but also I personally just thought it was really well done,
Enjoyable.
like as a show in itself.
I've heard it's heavy,
And
but I'm okay with that.
and
I like
like, yeah, the no spoilers. The third episode was just like the performance is just fucking incredible. Yeah,
Awesome.
it's so good. So
Well, that's a good list.
That's my 20, just because that's how long I wanted to make it list.
Are there any coming up for 26 that you like on the horizon that you at least know exist, but clearly not know anything about, that you're looking forward to?
Definitely, yeah. There's a new, speaking of Birdman, Alejandro Inarritu movie, which whenever I saw Marty Supreme, the trailer played for.
Oh,
but I didn't know it. I knew that there was a trailer, but I didn't know that. I hadn't seen it, obviously, and I haven't seen any pictures from the movie. I don't know what it's about.
I'm aware of this at all. What's the title?
But I don't know.
Oh, okay. Oh, surprise!
So this trailer started, and there's just like shots of stuff, and I didn't know what it was. There's like music and shots of stuff, and then it says the new film from Alejandro Inarritu, and I was like, nope. And so I don't know what it's called. I don't know what it's about.
So I'll look for stuff. And
so there's that one. It's really early on in the trailer. It says the new film from Alejandro Inarritu.
Okay.
So you should be fine. It's just shots of things, and then like 5 seconds in, that comes up in really big letters. So it should be easy to dodge.
Okay.
So I closed my eyes. I didn't leave the theater. I don't remember hearing any dialogue either. So I think it's just visuals, that this first teaser. So there's that, whatever that movie is. There is the Spielberg movie, which I don't know what it's called.
Yes.
Don't know what it's about. Which that trailer played before Marty Supreme. There was shots inside of a house, and I was suspicious because just the lighting, just the way it looked, I was like, this kind of looks like Spielberg, but I don't know.
No, it does.
And then there was a shot of deer outside of a house.
So it's that trailer. Yes.
And I looked to my partner because she had seen the trailer already. I looked at her and I was like, tell me right now if this is it. And she's like, she nods her head. She's like, I think this is it. And I was like, okay. And I closed my eyes.
Didn't I tell you about the deer possibility?
I think so. But what I remembered was you said a news station.
I said, well, there's two. There's a teaser.
I didn't remember the deer part.
Okay.
I remember the news station. So I was telling her,
be careful.
I was like, I remember there's a news station.
Yes.
But she has seen the trailer though. So I was counting on her more than anything.
Yeah.
So I see the lighting and I'm like, oh God, is this Spielberg?
It looks very much, like
and then
Spielberg.
So I've seen like 5 seconds of that trailer also. Don't know what it's about. I don't remember. I don't know what it's called. I have no idea. So there's that movie. There's The Odyssey. Really looking forward to that.
That's right. Yeah.
I've been avoiding everything about that too. I've actually I don't know anything about the story, The Odyssey. I don't know. I know Matt Damon's in the movie. I know Mia Goth's in the movie. I think that's about it.
I think you've probably seen a film. I won't name anything just to not spoil anything, but I'm pretty sure you've seen a movie that was The Odyssey without you knowing about it.
The only thing I'm aware of that has anything to do with The Odyssey is Godard's movie Contempt. In Contempt, Fritz Lang is making an adaptation of The Odyssey. And that's like the most I'm aware of.
Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure you have seen at least, maybe not maybe not as one-to-one as this Odyssey will be, or at least I assume it's going to be. But I'm sure
I just know that it's like a dude's journey. That's all I know.
Essentially, yeah.
And I have been considering getting the audiobook and like listening to it. Like the actual story itself. Because I am interested in it, and it's like obviously a huge deal, that story.
I would love to see it in IMAX, but that's probably never going to happen because it's going to sell every single time that it goes on sale.
Right. Me too. I thought the same thing.
In fact, I think it already has sold out for the indie showing.
Yeah, like really, like instantly.
Oh yeah,
yes, like all of the showings, and I do love that there are like other theaters that are like installing film projectors to show the Odyssey, whether in 70 millimeter, I think maybe 35, some of them. I think that's fucking great. So I just love. I'm not always into Christopher Nolan stuff, but it's always so fun to see like what a big deal it is whenever he has a new movie coming out. Like he's kind of the only, like he's maybe the only one with that big of like a spectacle whenever he has a new movie. Like even like Tarantino or Spielberg, like there's not, those are also big deals in their own way, but there's like Christopher Nolan's movies are like on a different level, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
And so it's just so exciting whenever he has a new movie, whether I'm going to be into it or not, because there's like Tenet, didn't really care for that. I don't really care about Insomnia, didn't really care about The Prestige. I'm not really into like 50-50 on his movies in general, I think. But
Tenet is probably the only one I haven't seen, actually. And
I'm always really excited whenever he does have something. I think Following is great.
Oh, yeah.
And then Memento I really like. I like Interstellar, of course. I don't care for the Dark Knight movies, really.
As far as the Dark Knight...
Dunkirk, I really liked.
Yeah, of course. That one's amazing. I mean, that's just action-packed. But as far as the Dark Knight series goes, I like them, but I would definitely like them more if I liked Batman at all.
Yeah. I haven't seen Batman Begins or The Dark Knight Rises, but I've seen The Dark Knight.
That's really all you need to see.
That's kind of how I felt. And then even that one, I was like, it's okay, I guess, but it's just... Mm-hmm. It was like Heath Ledger was so interesting that it made the rest of the movie not as good.
Oh yeah,
and so
yeah,
I found the rest of the movie without him to be like noticeably more boring.
Yes,
because he's just so interesting and great in that role.
Yeah,
and I watched it once, and I was like, I watched it, and that's good.
Yeah, no, it's like yeah.
And then Dark Knight Rises. The only thing I had any interest in was Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. I was interested in that, and then I was like, I don't really care about that.
It doesn't salvage the rest of the movie, though. No, sorry.
So no, I'm sure, and I had no interest. And I think the only thing I've ever seen from that movie is Marion Cotillard's character's death, because she's a great actress, and she has like an infamously like one of the worst like acting performance like deaths ever, where she just does like a. And she just like falls down, like limp. It's like a cartoon.
Yeah.
And that's the only footage I've ever seen from the movie. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, I don't know. So that said, Christopher Nolan, I think I love him, and I love when he has a movie coming out.
Yeah.
But I am just not always a fan of his work.
Yeah.
But I think The Odyssey is super intriguing.
Yeah.
And it's obviously one of those things that like, people have wanted to adapt into a movie for so long, but it's one of those things that seems like it would be an impossible thing to adapt.
What's what I'm saying? It has been adapted, but not. I don't think one for one. Like, well, no, right. Sorry, it has been adapted one for one, but not as notable as the ones that are like renditions of, or however you want to say that. You know. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Where it's like this is the Odyssey, but it's made as like a bunny rabbit on a journey to whatever.
Yeah, but there's even like really good films out there. I just don't want to say them in case like it might give you an idea of what the plot's about.
Well, I mean, I might be listening to the actual book itself too. So
yeah. So once you hear the movie or the book, then I'll tell you. But there's at least there's a set of directors that we've talked about today that have made a movie that is an adaptation of the Odyssey.
I'm sure.
and it's really good. But as far as it being like a, again, like more of a one for one.
Do you mean that as an adaptation of the Odyssey, or do you mean that as this movie is basically the Odyssey, but it's just like a different telling of it?
Okay, but that's what I'm saying, is that like it's not a one for one. Like there's not many.
But I mean, like would the credits say based on the Odyssey?
Well, that I don't know. I don't think so.
Or is it like an original script, but it's the Odyssey?
But it's also not something that you'd have to credit legally.
Because there's like where that movie Monsters is a remake of It Happened One Night, but I don't think it's credited as it happened. Yeah. It happened one night, but with giant monsters that you don't see.
The one I'm thinking about specifically, I can't remember if it is. I can't say yes or no. I just can't recall. But it's well known enough that it is based on the Odyssey in the sense that it's
so Uncut Gems is the Odyssey.
There you go. Yeah.
Or Good Time is the Odyssey.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, actually,
yeah, right.
There's this, but that's the thing is that the base story is one that's like so. I mean, it's it's sort of like Romeo and Juliet's like in a lot of different
exactly places. That's kind of what I meant. Like, is what you're talking about like as credited, this is based on the Odyssey, or is it like this is basically
It's
fucking
the Titanic version of
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, Romeo and Juliet. That I can say it's more like the Titanic version of Romeo and Juliet.
Gotcha.
But I can't say for sure if it's not actually credited. I can't remember if it is or not. I also don't know if you've seen it. I think you have, but anyway, that's not important. It definitely isn't a 1-for-1, and that's. I know there are a couple older films out there that I think are pure like straight adaptations of the Odyssey, but clearly nothing modern that I can think of. So it'd be
Nothing
cool
with
to
Matt
see.
Damon.
What's that?
Nothing with Matt Damon.
I cannot confirm or deny.
Good Will Hunting. That's the Odyssey.
Maybe I can't confirm or deny. I can't say. But yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. So other than those 4 or 5 films, are there anything else? I don't know of much more other than that coming out.
Yeah.
But those are also all on my list, except for the Inarritu. Yeah. I don't know. I had no idea he was even making a movie. So looking forward to that because I like to look at his films, regardless of what it is. I just want to look at it.
I don't even know if Lubezki's shooting it or not. I don't know anything about it. I think I don't know for sure, but I think Tom Cruise is in it.
Oh, that's even weirder.
I think
that's like a weird.
I don't know even for sure. I didn't see him in the trailer in the 5 seconds that I saw.
Oh.
So I don't know, but I think Tom Cruise is in it. And
I'm not a big fan of Tom Cruise.
But I don't remember I don't know what the title is. I have no idea.
Okay, well, next Tom Cruise film.
What else?
Like I said, beyond that, I just don't know of any other. I'm sure there are movies that I just can't think of right now.
Same.
That are coming out.
Sure.
So, but that's a good start, I guess, to go into 26. So yeah, I'm excited, I guess, for what the future of cinema has to, assuming that we still have ways to watch it.
Yeah,
that doesn't require streaming. Yeah.
Yeah. So one big if. So so 2025 in a capsule for your March. And maybe some of these movies we talked about have already been out. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, there was one preview before Marty Supreme that was...
Sorry, go ahead. No, one just came to mind for me.
Robert Pattinson and Zendaya. And I don't even remember if it said what the name of the movie... I don't know what the movie was.
That's just the title. It's just their 2 names.
Yeah.
It's enough to get everyone to see it.
It was a weird preview because it was just like them 2 getting like wedding photo taken together, right? And like the wedding photographer is like, oh, like why don't you put your arm around her? And they're both kind of like kind of awkward.
I haven't seen this.
So the impression I got from this teaser was that like they're like getting married even though they don't know each other for a specific reason. Okay. And so it's like it intercuts here and there with like shots of like drama. Okay. But the whole time you're just listening to like this wedding photographer and like mainly it's just them 2 like getting wedding pictures and the photographer is eventually like maybe we'll try to do some on the day or whatever, like, and then they're like okay, and then it just said like in November or something, or it said like save the date November 2026 or something like that.
It's
and I was
long way away.
I don't know what all the previews were for movies that come out next November or like next fall.
It's probably because that's the only stuff coming out, because I don't think there's anything on the slate, like I said, until like summer that I can name. Other than
I want to say that there's something coming out soon, but I don't remember. I don't know. I'm sure there's something. I think Robert Eggers' movie might come out next year.
The werewolf
one.
Yeah, I think that's fall too.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that, definitely.
Yeah.
And I think that he is or was talking about doing a Christmas Carol.
I've heard of this.
And he was talking about Johnny Depp being Scrooge. And I'd be intrigued by that very much.
I'm intrigued by his werewolf film. I don't know if it's on my I have to watch it list, because The Northman or whatever that fucking last movie was just didn't do it for me.
Well, he's in a movie since then, but
Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I did like it. Don't get me wrong, but I also haven't went back and watched it again.
I've wanted to, but I haven't yet.
I might eventually. It's not because like I have a bad taste in my mouth or whatever. It's just I felt like I was satisfied enough, and whatever. Which is weird because I think we've been talking about and we have to go on to our these are becoming 3 hours long again.
Yeah.
So to wrap this up, I watched Frankenstein. I liked it enough, but you and I had been talking about the film behind scenes, I guess, or privately, and I told you how much I love Dracula over Frankenstein, and I would much rather have The Last Voyage of the Demeter, or Demeter, yeah, before I have Nosferatu again. Mm-hmm. It was fine. It looked great. I did not like Nosferatu. It was fine, but that doesn't. I'm just not. I don't know. I love The Witch a lot, and then it's like every film he's done since then has looked amazing. But I'm only into.
Did you watch The Lighthouse also?
Yes,
I don't remember.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and that was even like lower. It wasn't as low as The Northman or The Norseman or whatever that was called. But yeah, I don't know. So I can't say that I'm excited for his werewolf.
It's funny. I don't think he likes The Northman very much either, based on his commentary.
Well,
his commentary, he just keeps it's actually really entertaining commentary, and he just keeps talking about like, well, I hate this, and he's like, this shot is fucking awful, and he's like, I'm not happy about how this turned out, but
it didn't.
That's the whole commentary. He's just shitting on it.
I didn't like it for multiple reasons, but mainly because it was a double feature with fucking. I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once first, and that was a mistake. That was a mistake to go because but the reason I double billed it that way is because they were both in theaters at the same time, but also because I really wanted to see The Northman or The Norseman. Is it Northman?
It's Northman. Yeah.
Northman. I really wanted to see it. So I didn't know much about Everything Everywhere All at Once. I just wanted to watch it and get it out of the way, and then enjoy, leave on this note of Eggers' film. And yeah, I totally got those switched backwards. I fucking fell in love with the first movie and just could not care less about the second film, no matter what it was going to be. Yeah. So that was mostly my fault.
I've had that experience too.
But yeah.
A lot of times the unfortunate thing is just like the way showtimes line up. It's like I want to watch this movie second specifically, but the showtimes line up where I have to watch that one first.
Yeah, no,
that's happened before, but then I've also had that happen where I'm like, I want to see. I don't know anything about this movie really. I'd like to watch it, but I'm really going to see this other movie, and then the first one just turns out to be like, oh my god, I should have.
Yeah,
I fucked over the second movie by watching this one first.
Well, and I could have watched them in reverse order, but I didn't want to watch The Northman that early in the day. Mm-hmm. I was like, this feels like a nighttime movie. So, but anyway, so I might go back and rewatch that. But my point being is that I'm not really like super looking forward to the werewolf, even though I'm intrigued by it because it's his version of that tale or that creature or whatever you want to call it. But I'm also just like, I've also just been like, I've been overhyped so many times for this dude, which is my fault, only to be like satisfied. Mm-hmm. Which sounds like I'm complaining about nothing, but it's like it's like I wanted more every single time so far. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I personally like him more than Ari Aster, definitely, because I've kind of softened on Midsommar a little bit. I really like Hereditary a lot still.
Yeah.
And Midsommar isn't one that I find myself being like, I really want to watch that again.
Yeah, I don't either. It was okay.
I have not seen his Joaquin Phoenix one. The what was it? Beau is Afraid. I haven't seen that one yet
either. Yeah,
because it's 3 fucking hours long.
Yeah, I know.
And I've been like, I just didn't think it looked that interesting, really. I plan on watching it at some point, but I just haven't done it yet. And then Eddington is it might be my favorite one. But I think I like Robert Eggers just stylistically.
Yeah.
More so.
That's 2025, so that's behind us now. Mm-hmm. So so those are the only films I know of 2026, and I agree with my list is the same as yours. It sounds like just because I can't think of anything else. Same
here. There was other stuff I'm sure, but blanking right now. And we've been doing this longer than I expected.
Sorry again, folks.
And we've had technical difficulties, but I think we're still okay.
Last week was like 3 hours. This one's 2.5. So, let's go.
This one's a little better though. I got negative feedback here at home without having heard the episode, but just hearing my half of it from the other room. She was just like, I don't know if I'm going to listen to that one. All you did is complain about work the whole time. And I was like, but that means nobody's going to listen to the episode.
Yeah, we lost the one listener. Yeah.
So yeah, well, hopefully we gained her back. She's back on board for this one because she has noted that she likes it whenever we talk about movies and stuff. So.
Oh, really?
So
the movie podcast talking about movies.
Yeah,
what a novel concept.
Weird.
Okay, well, let's go talk about movies some more on the regular show then.
Yeah, tune in Monday to hear that one, everybody. Happy March.